Chapter 1. The Forbidden Meeting. Under the pale glow of the moon, Li Wei, the youngest son of the influential Li family, slips into the bamboo forest. His heart pounds with both anticipation and trepidation. This is not the first time he's done this, but every step feels like a betrayal of his family's strict expectations. In the secluded clearing, where the bamboo stalks sway gently in the wind, he meets her, Mai Lin, the daughter of a disgraced noble family. Their eyes lock, and for a moment, the world fades away. Mai Lin smiles softly, her delicate features framed by the long black hair that flows freely over her shoulders. Despite her humble clothing, she radiates a quiet grace that draws Li Wei to her like a moth to a flame. They've met in secret many times now, drawn together by a love that defies the rigid structures of their society. But this night feels different. A sense of urgency lingers in the air. I heard my father speaking with the village elders, Mai Lin says, her voice trembling slightly. They plan to send me away to the countryside. They say it's for my own good, but I know it's to separate us. Li Wei's heart clenches. He has always known their love was dangerous, but he never imagined it would come to this. I won't let them take you away, he declares, his voice firm despite the fear gnawing at him. We'll find a way to be together. I promise you, Mai Lin. But even as he speaks, Li Wei knows the challenges they face. His family would never approve of him being with someone of Mai Lin's status, and their love is forbidden by the societal norms that govern their lives. Yet, the thought of losing her is unbearable. They hold each other tightly, the cool breeze carrying the faint scent of jasmine through the air. In that moment, they are determined to fight for their love, no matter the cost. But as the first light of dawn begins to break, they know that the path ahead will be fraught with danger and sacrifice. Chapter 2. The Unyielding Tradition. The Li family estate stands as a testament to generations of power and wealth. Its grand halls are filled with priceless antiques and silk tapestries, each telling a story of the family's long and storied history. But to Li Wei, the walls of the estate feel more like a prison. He has spent his life under the watchful eyes of his parents and the constant scrutiny of the servants, all of whom expect him to carry on the family legacy without question. At the head of the family is Li Zhen, Li Wei's father, a man whose authority is unquestioned. His stern face is a mask of discipline, hiding any hint of emotion. To him, the family's honor is paramount, and any threat to it must be swiftly dealt with. He has spent years cultivating alliances and expanding the family's influence, and he expects his children to do the same. When Li Wei is summoned to his father's study, he knows that something is wrong. The room is filled with the scent of incense, and the walls are lined with shelves of ancient texts. Li Zhen sits behind a large wooden desk, his eyes cold and calculating as they fix on his son. Li Wei, his father begins, his voice low and steady. I have heard troubling rumors. They say you have been spending time with the daughter of the Lin family. Li Wei's heart skips a beat, but he forces himself to remain calm. Father, silence. Li Zhen's voice is sharp, cutting through the air like a knife. Do you have any idea what this could mean for our family? The Lin family is disgraced, and their daughter is of no value to us. You will end this foolishness at once. Li Wei clenches his fists, struggling to keep his emotions in check. He knows his father's words are driven by the rigid traditions that have governed their family for generations, but he cannot deny his feelings for Mai Lin. Father, I love her, he says quietly, his voice barely above a whisper. Li Zhen's eyes narrow, and for a moment, the room is silent. Then, with a cold finality, he speaks. Love is a luxury we cannot afford. Li Wei, you will marry someone of suitable standing, and you will do what is best for our family. That is your duty. As Li Wei leaves the study, the weight of his father's words presses down on him like a heavy burden. He knows that defying his family will come at a great cost, but he cannot imagine a life without Mai Lin, torn between his love and his duty. Li Wei must decide what path he will take, knowing that either choice will lead to heartbreak. Chapter 3. Mai Lin's Resolve. The small, secluded cottage where Mai Lin lives with her ailing mother is a far cry from the grandeur of the Li estate. Once a respected family, the Lin household fell into disfavor years ago, leaving Mai Lin and her mother to live in relative obscurity. Despite their reduced circumstances, Mai Lin has always carried herself with dignity, finding solace in the simple joys of life, tending to their small garden, caring for her mother, and most of all, her secret meetings with Li Wei. As the days pass, pass, Mai Lin becomes increasingly aware of the growing tension in the village. Whispers follow her wherever she goes, and she can feel the eyes of the villagers watching her with a mixture of pity and disdain. She knows that her relationship with Li Wei has become the subject of gossip, and that it's only a matter of time before the elders take action. But Mai Lin is not one to be easily intimidated. She has faced hardship before, and she knows that she must remain strong. Her mother, who has always been her pillar of support, is growing weaker by the day, and Mai Lin worries about what will happen to them if she is forced to leave. One afternoon, as she prepares a medicinal broth for her mother, Mai Lin hears a knock at the door. Her heart skips a beat. Few people visit them, and those who do usually bring bad news. She opens the door to find an elderly woman standing there, her face lined with age and wisdom. It is Madame Chen, the village's healer and one of the few people who has shown kindness to Mai Lin and her mother. Mai Lin, Madame Chen says, her voice gentle but firm. I have heard rumors that the village elders are planning to send you away. They believe it is for the best, to protect you from the shame your relationship with Li Wei could bring. Mai Lin's heart sinks, but she nods in understanding. I know, Madame Chen, but I cannot leave my mother, and I cannot abandon Li Wei. Madame Chen places a hand on Mai Lin's shoulder, her eyes filled with sympathy. You are a strong young woman, Mai Lin, but strength alone will not be enough. You must be wise and careful. If you are to survive in this world, you must learn to navigate the dangers that lie ahead. Mai Lin takes a deep breath, her resolve hardening. She knows that the path she has chosen is fraught with peril, but she also knows that she cannot turn back. For her mother's sake, and for the sake of her love for Li Wei, she will fight with everything she has. As she returns to her tasks, Mai Lin's mind is filled with thoughts of the future. She knows that the time for secret meetings is coming to an end, and that soon, she and Li Wei will have to make a choice that will change their lives forever. But whatever happens, Mai Lin is determined to face it with courage and determination. Chapter 4. The Secret Plan. Li Wei's heart is heavy as he makes his way through the winding streets of the village, his thoughts consumed by the ultimatum his father had given him. He knows that his time with Mai Lin is running out, and the fear of losing her gnaws at him relentlessly. The weight of his family's expectations is like a noose tightening around his neck, threatening to choke the life out of him. As he nears the secluded cottage where Mai Lin lives, he sees her waiting for him at the edge of the garden, her expression a mixture of hope and fear. The sight of her fills him with both joy and sorrow, knowing that their love is both a blessing and a curse. Li Wei, Mai Lin whispers as he approaches, her voice trembling. I fear that our time is running out. My mother grows weaker by the day, and the village elders are watching us closely. We cannot continue like this. Li Wei takes her hands in his grip firm despite the turmoil inside him. Mai Lin, I cannot bear the thought of losing you. We must find a way to be together, no matter what it takes. Mai Lin looks into his eyes, searching for the strength she needs to face the uncertainty ahead. But how, Li Wei? Your family will never allow us to be together, and the village will not stand for it. Li Wei's mind races as he considers their options. He knows that they cannot continue meeting in secret forever, but the thought of leaving his family and the life he has known is daunting. Yet, the alternative living without Mai Lin is unthinkable. There is a way, Li Wei says, finally, his voice filled with determination. We can leave this place, Mai Lin. We can start a new life together, far from the judgment of our families and the villagers. I have some money saved, enough to get us started. We can find a place where we can live freely, without the constraints of tradition and duty holding us back. Mai Lin's breath catches in her throat. The idea of leaving everything behind is terrifying, but the thought of a life with Li Wei, unburdened by the oppressive expectations of their families, fills her with a flicker of hope. Still, doubts linger in her mind. What about your family, Li Wei? What about your duties? Can you truly leave it all behind? Li Wei's expression hardens as he considers the enormity of what he's proposing. His father's stern face flashes before his eyes, a reminder of the responsibilities that have been drilled into him since childhood. But when he looks at Mai Lin, he knows there's no turning back. My duty is to protect what matters most to me, and that is you, Mai Lin. My family may never understand, but I can't live a life dictated by others' expectations. We will build a new life together, one where we are free to love as we choose. Tears well up in Mai Lin's eyes as she leans into Li Wei's embrace. The thought of leaving her mother weighs heavily on her, but she knows that staying means the end of their love. "When will we leave?" she asks, her voice barely above a whisper. Li Wei takes a deep breath. "Soon, before the elders make their move. I'll make the necessary arrangements, and we'll leave under the cover of night. We'll travel to the southern provinces, where no one knows us. There, we can start anew." Mai Lin nods, her heart pounding in her chest. She knows that their plan is fraught with danger and uncertainty, but the prospect of a life with Li Wei is worth the risk. "I'll be ready," she says, determination shining in her eyes. As they part ways, both are acutely aware of the challenges ahead. They have only a few days to prepare, and the slightest mistake could unravel their plans. But for the first time, they have a sense of purpose, a chance to seize control of their destinies, to fight for a love that has been denied them by the world they were born into. That night, as Li Wei lies in his bed, staring up at the ornate ceiling of his family's ancestral home, he feels a mixture of fear and exhilaration. He is about to embark on the most dangerous journey of his life, one that will test the limits of his courage and resolve. But as he closes his eyes, he clings to the thought of Mai Lin and the future they will build together, a future free from the shackles of tradition, where their love can flourish without fear. Chapter 5. A Mother's Farewell. Mai Lin sits by her mother's bedside, the dim light of a single candle casting long shadows on the walls of their modest cottage. Her mother's frail form lies still under the thin blanket, her breathing shallow and labored. The woman who had once been the strength of their household now seems so fragile, and Mai Lin's heart aches with the knowledge that she will soon have to leave her behind. "Mother," Mai Lin whispers, gently brushing a strand of hair from her mother's face. "I have something I need to tell you." Her mother's eyes flutter open, clouded with the pain and exhaustion of illness. But when she sees Mai Lin's face, a faint smile graces her lips. "My dear Mai Lin," she says softly, her voice weak but filled with love. "What is it, child?" Mai Lin hesitates, struggling to find the words. She has always been honest with her mother, but now, as she prepares to leave, she feels the weight of the secret she has been carrying. "Mother, I am leaving. Li Wei and I are going away together." Her mother's smile falters, and she takes a shaky breath. "Leaving? Where will you go?" Mai Lin squeezes her mother's hand, drawing strength from the connection between them. "Far away, to a place where we can be together without fear. We will start a new life, away from the judgments of this village and the expectations of our families." For a moment, her mother says nothing, her gaze distant, as if lost in thought. Then, with great effort, she reaches up to touch Mai Lin's cheek. "You have always been so strong, my dear, stronger than I ever was. I know that this is not an easy decision, but you must follow your heart. If Li Wei truly loves you, and if you believe in your love, then go. Go and live the life you deserve." Tears spill down Mai Lin's cheeks as she leans in to kiss her mother's hand. "I will come back for you, mother. Once we are settled, I will return and bring you to live with us." Her mother smiles weakly, her eyes filled with a mixture of pride and sorrow. "I would like that, Mai Lin, but you must promise me one thing." "Anything, mother?" "Promise me that you will be happy, that you will live without regret, and that you will not let anyone take away your joy." Mai Lin nods, her heart swelling with emotion. "I promise, mother. I will do everything I can to be happy and to honor your love." Her mother closes her eyes, a peaceful expression settling on her face. "Then go, my child. Go and live your life. I will always be with you, in your heart." As the night deepens, Mai Lin stays by her mother's side, holding her hand and whispering words of comfort. She knows that this is likely the last time she will see her mother, and the thought fills her with a profound sadness. But she also knows that her mother's love will be with her always, guiding her as she embarks on this new chapter of her life. When dawn breaks, Mai Lin rises, her heart heavy with the knowledge of what lies ahead. She prepares a small bundle of belongings and writes a note for her mother, expressing her love and her promise to return. With one last look at the cottage, she steps outside, ready to face the future with Li Wei. Chapter 6. The Night of Escape. The moon hangs high in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the village as Li Wei and Mai Lin make their final preparations. The night is still, the only sound the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. It's the perfect night for an escape, dark enough to conceal their movements, yet clear enough to guide their way. Li Wei tightens the straps of the pack on his back, his mind racing with thoughts of what lies ahead. The plan is simple. They will leave the village under the cover of darkness, traveling by foot to the nearest town where they will catch a boat heading south. From there, they will journey to a distant province where they can start their new life together. Mai Lin joins him in the shadow of an ancient oak tree, her own bundle of belongings strapped securely to her back. She looks up at him, her expression a mixture of fear and determination. "Are you ready?" she asks, her voice steady despite the anxiety gnawing at her insides. Li Wei nods, taking her hand in his. "I'm ready. We must move quickly before anyone notices. We're gone." With one last look at the village that has been their home for so long, they slip into the night, their footsteps silent on the well-trodden path. The journey is treacherous, filled with the dangers of the unknown, but their resolve is unwavering. They have no choice but to succeed. Failure would mean losing everything. As they navigate the darkened forest, the sound of their breathing mingles with the whispers of the wind through the trees. Every snap of a twig, every rustle of leaves, sends a jolt of fear through their hearts. But they press on, driven by the hope of a future where they can love freely. Hours pass in a blur of silent urgency, and the first light of dawn begins to paint the sky in shades of pink and gold. They are close to the town now, their destination almost in sight. But as they approach the final stretch of their journey, a sudden noise stops them in their tracks, the sound of horses, hooves pounding against the ground, growing louder by the second. Panic surges through Li Wei as he pulls Mai Lin into the cover of the trees. "Someone's coming," he whispers urgently. "We must hide." They crouch low behind a thicket, their hearts pounding in their chests. The sound of the horses draws nearer, and soon they can see the figures of several riders, silhouetted against the dawn light. Li Wei recognizes the colors of his family's banner on the lead. Riders armor his father's men, sent to track him down. Mai Lin clutches Li Wei's arm, her eyes wide with fear. "What do we do?" Li Wei's mind races. They can't outrun the horses, and they can't risk being seen. "We wait," he whispers, his voice barely audible. "We wait for them to pass." The seconds stretch into what feels like an eternity as the riders draw closer. Li Wei can hear the sound of their voices now, low and serious, discussing the search. His heart sinks as he realizes just how determined his father is to bring him back. The consequences of being caught are too dire to contemplate. Just when it seems the riders will pass by without incident, one of them slows, peering into the trees where Li Wei and Mai Lin are hiding. Li Wei holds his breath, praying that they won't be seen. But the rider's gaze lingers, and for a terrifying moment, it seems as though they've been spotted. Li Wei's heart pounds in his chest, each beat echoing in his ears like a war drum. He pulls Mai Lin closer, his mind racing for a solution. The rider leans forward, squinting into the shadows. It's only a matter of seconds before they're discovered. But then, just as suddenly as he stopped, the rider pulls back, seemingly dismissing the thicket as just another part of the dense forest. With a curt command to his men, the rider spurs his horse forward, continuing down the path. Li Wei waits until the sound of hooves fades into the distance before he exhales, his breath shaky with relief. He looks at Mai Lin, who's visibly shaken but still holding on to her resolve. "We can't stay here," he whispers urgently. "They'll search the whole area if they don't find us on the main road." Mai Lin nods, her fear barely contained as she rises to her feet. "Where will we go?" "They'll be watching all the main routes." Li Wei thinks quickly, his eyes scanning the dense forest around them. They can't take the main path, they need to find another way. Then he remembers a tale his elder brother once told him about an old, overgrown trail that leads to a nearby river, forgotten by most villagers. It's a dangerous route, filled with treacherous cliffs and thick underbrush, but it might be their only chance. "We'll take the river path," Li Wei says, his voice resolute. "It's risky, but it will lead us away from the main roads. Once we reach the river, we can follow it downstream to the town." Mai Lin hesitates for a moment, but then nods. She trusts Li Wei, and there's no turning back now. "Let's go," she says, gripping his hand tightly. They move quickly, slipping through the dense forest as the first rays of sunlight begin to filter through the canopy. The forest is eerily quiet, as if the birds and animals have sensed the tension in the air and fallen silent. The path is barely visible, overgrown with thorny bushes and twisted roots that threaten to trip them at every step. The trail becomes steeper as they ascend a ridge, the ground beneath their feet becoming loose and unstable. Mai Lin stumbles on a loose rock, but Li Wei catches her before she can fall, pulling her close to steady her. Their eyes meet, and in that moment, the gravity of their situation hangs between them. This is more than just a journey for love. It's a fight for their very lives. After what feels like hours, they finally reach the top of the ridge, where the trees thin out, revealing a narrow view of the river below. The sight of the water is a relief, but the path down is steep and treacherous, with jagged rocks jutting out from the cliffside. We have to be careful, Li Wei warns, scanning the area for the safest route. One wrong step, and we could fall. They begin their descent slowly, carefully placing each foot as they cling to the rocks for support. The river roars below them, a constant reminder of the danger that awaits if they slip. My Lin's heart races as she focuses on her footing, trying to block out the fear that threatens to overwhelm her. Halfway down, a loose rock gives way beneath Li Wei's foot, sending him sliding dangerously close to the edge. My Lin gasps, reaching out to grab his arm just in time to stop him from tumbling over the cliff. They both freeze, their breaths coming in ragged gasps as they cling to the rock face, the reality of how close they came to disaster sinking in. Are you okay? My Lin whispers, her voice trembling. Li Wei nods, his grip on the rock tightening. I'm fine, just keep moving, we're almost there. With renewed determination, they continue their descent, finally reaching the bottom, where the riverbank stretches out before them. The relief is palpable as they step onto solid ground, the cool breeze from the river washing over them like a balm. We made it, My Lin breathes, a smile breaking through her fear as she looks at Li Wei. We really made it. Li Wei smiles back, though the tension in his shoulders doesn't fully ease. We did. But we're not safe yet. We need to follow the river until we reach the town. If we can find a boat, we'll be able to put more distance between us and the search parties. They begin walking along the riverbank, the water's edge guiding their way. The sun is fully up now, casting long shadows on the ground. But there's no time to rest. Every moment counts, and they know they must keep moving if they're to stay ahead of the men searching for them. As the hours pass, the sound of the river and the rhythmic crunch of their footsteps become almost hypnotic, a steady beat that drives them forward. But just as they start to believe they might actually make it, they hear something that sends a chill down their spines, the distant sound of voices, echoing from the direction they came. Li Wei and My Lin exchange a panicked look. The searchers have found the old path, and they're closing in fast. We need to run, Li Wei says, his voice tight with urgency. We're too close to the town to be caught now. They take off along the riverbank, their feet pounding against the ground as they race to stay ahead of the search party. The sound of the voices grows louder, and soon they can hear the distinct bark of orders being given. There, someone shouts from behind them, and My Lin's heart leaps into her throat. They've been spotted. Keep going, Li Wei shouts, grabbing My Lin's hand as they push forward with all their strength. The town can't be far now. They just need to hold on a little longer. But the searchers are fast, and the gap between them is closing rapidly. Desperation fuels their legs as they run, but the realization that they might not make it begins to sink in. The town is just beyond the bend in the river, but the searchers are almost upon them. Just as they round the bend, Li Wei spots a small boat tied to a dock, swaying gently in the current. It's their only chance. There, Li Wei points to the boat, pulling My Lin towards it with all the strength he has left. We can make it. They sprint for the dock, their lungs burning and their legs screaming in protest. The searchers are right behind them now, their shouts filling the air as they close in. With one final burst of energy, Li Wei and My Lin reach the dock. Li Wei unties the boat in a frenzied rush, pushing it into the water as My Lin jumps in. He's about to follow when a hand grabs his arm, pulling him back onto the dock. Li Wei struggles against the iron grip, his heart racing as he sees My Lin's terrified face in the boat. He can't let them take him, not now, not when they're so close to freedom. In a surge of adrenaline, Li Wei twists free from the grasp, shoving the man back just long enough to leap into the boat. He grabs the oars and starts rowing with all his might, the boat lurching forward into the river's current. The searchers reach the edge of the dock, shouting and cursing as they watch their quarry escape. But Li Wei and My Lin are out of reach now, the river carrying them swiftly away from danger. As the boat glides down the river, the shouts of the searchers fade into the distance, replaced by the soothing sound of the water and the soft rustle of the wind in the trees. They're free. My Lin collapses in the bottom of the boat, her body trembling with exhaustion and relief. Li Wei rows until they're well out of sight, then finally allows himself to relax, letting the oars rest in the water. We did it, he says, his voice hoarse but filled with a sense of triumph. "We're free, My Lin. We're really free." Tears of relief and joy fill My Lin's eyes as she looks at Li Wei, her heart swelling with love for the man who has risked everything for her. "Yes," she whispers, reaching out to take his hand. "We're free." As they drift down the river, the sun shining brightly overhead, Li Wei and My Lin finally allow themselves to believe in the future they've fought so hard to secure. The road ahead is still uncertain, but for the first time, it's theirs to choose. Together, they will build a life free from the constraints of tradition and duty, a life filled with the love that has carried them through every trial and danger. And as they disappear into the distance, the bond between them remains unbreakable, forged in the fire of their shared struggle and strengthened by the depth of their devotion. The world they leave behind may never understand their love, but it doesn't matter. For Li Wei and My Lin, the only truth that matters is the one they've found in each other. Chapter 7. A New Beginning. As Li Wei and My Lin drift further down the river, the weight of their journey slowly begins to lift. The pursuit is behind them now, and the vast, open landscape ahead offers a promise of new beginnings. The town they're heading toward is a small, trading hub nestled between the mountains and the river, a place where strangers come and go with the flow of commerce. It's the perfect place for them to blend in and start their new life. The boat glides smoothly over the water, and for the first time in what feels like ages, My Lin allows herself to relax. She gazes at the passing scenery, lush green hills, the occasional glimpse of a small village nestled among the trees, and the wide expanse of the river, stretching out like a path to their future. Despite the exhaustion weighing on her, she feels a growing sense of hope. They've escaped the grasp of their families and the suffocating expectations that once threatened to tear them apart. Li Wei's hands grip the oars with a steady rhythm, but his eyes are constantly scanning the riverbanks, alert for any signs of danger. Though they've gained some distance from the searchers, the possibility of being tracked down still looms over them. He knows they can't afford to be careless, not until they're far away from the reach of his father's influence. "We'll stop in the town ahead," Li Wei says, breaking the silence. His voice is calm, but there's an underlying edge of caution. "It's big enough that we can lose ourselves among the crowds, but small enough that we won't draw too much attention." My Lin nods, trusting his judgment. "What will we do once we get there?" "We have no money, no place to stay." Li Wei smiles gently, trying to reassure her. "I have a little money hidden away, enough to get us started. We can find work in the town, maybe as laborers, or I could even teach. We'll find a way to make it work. The most important thing is that we're together." The boat drifts around a bend in the river, and the town comes into view. It's a bustling little settlement, with boats docked along the riverbank and people moving about their daily business. The air is filled with the sounds of trade and conversation, a lively contrast to the tense silence of the forest they left behind. As they approach the dock, Li Wei steers the boat into an empty berth. He helps My Lin out of the boat, and together they step onto the wooden planks of the dock. The town is a swirl of colors and sounds, merchants calling out their wares, children playing by the water's edge, and travelers haggling for supplies. It's a far cry from the rigid formality of their village, and My Lin feels a surge of excitement at the thought of the freedom this place represents. "We should find an inn," Li Wei suggests, keeping a firm hold on My Lin's hand as they navigate through the crowds. "Somewhere we can stay for a few nights while we figure out our next move." They weave through the busy streets, their eyes wide with the newness of it all. The town is a melting pot of people from different regions, each with their own dialects and customs. My Lin finds herself fascinated by the variety of goods on display: exotic spices, finely woven textiles, and strange, unfamiliar fruits that she's never seen before. Eventually, they find a modest inn tucked away on a quiet side street. It's a simple place, with wooden beams and paper lanterns hanging from the eaves, but it offers the comfort of anonymity. The innkeeper, a middle-aged woman with a kind face, welcomes them with a warm smile and shows them to a small room on the second floor. The room is sparsely furnished, with a low table, a couple of mats for sleeping, and a single window that looks out over the rooftops of the town. But to Li Wei and My Lin, it feels like a sanctuary. After days of running and hiding, they finally have a moment to breathe. As soon as the door closes behind them, My Lin collapses onto one of the mats, her exhaustion catching up with her. "I can't believe we made it," she murmurs, closing her eyes as she feels the tension slowly draining from her body. Li Wei sits beside her, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "We did, but we have to stay vigilant. We're safe for now, but we need to be careful." My Lin opens her eyes, gazing up at him with a mixture of admiration and concern. "You've been so strong, Li Wei. I don't know what I would have done without you." Li Wei smiles, though there's a hint of sadness in his eyes. "We've both been strong. This wasn't easy for either of us, but we're here now, and that's what matters." He leans down to kiss her forehead, a tender gesture that makes my Lin's heart swell with love. In that moment, she feels a profound sense of gratitude for this man, who has risked everything to be with her. They may have left behind the lives they once knew, but they've gained something far more precious: the chance to build a future together, free from the constraints of their past. As they settle into the room, Li Wei and Mai Lin begin to discuss their next steps. They talk late into the night, making plans for how they'll establish themselves in the town. Li Wei suggests looking for work at the local school, where he could teach calligraphy or history. Mai Lin, with her knowledge of herbs and remedies, considers working at the apothecary, or even starting a small business selling medicinal teas. Despite the uncertainty that still hangs over them, there's a sense of excitement in the air. They're no longer bound by the expectations of their families or the rigid rules of their society. Here, in this new town, they can forge their own path, guided by nothing but their love for each other. As the night deepens, they finally drift off to sleep, exhausted but hopeful. The future is still unknown, filled with challenges they can't yet foresee. But for the first time, they feel a sense of peace, knowing that whatever comes, they'll face it together. Chapter 8. Building a Life. The days pass in a blur of activity as Li Wei and Mai Lin work to establish themselves in the town. They quickly learn that life in a bustling trade hub is vastly different from the quiet village they left behind. Here, everyone is a stranger, and every day brings new challenges. Li Wei finds work at the local school, teaching calligraphy and history to the children of the town. His knowledge and gentle demeanor quickly earn him the respect of the students and their families. It's a modest job, but it provides them with a steady income and a sense of purpose. Mai Lin, meanwhile, begins working at a small apothecary run by an elderly herbalist named Madame Song. The work is familiar to her, and she quickly proves herself to be skilled and knowledgeable. Madame Song is impressed by Mai Lin's ability to identify and prepare remedies, and soon, Mai Lin becomes an indispensable part of the business. As they settle into their new roles, Li Wei and Mai Lin start to feel a sense of belonging in the town. The people are kind and welcoming, and they gradually make friends among the townsfolk. The initial fear of being discovered slowly fades as they realize that here, they are just another young couple trying to make their way in the world. Their relationship deepens as they navigate the challenges of their new life. They share everything: the struggles, the joys, the small victories that come with each passing day. They fall into a comfortable routine, finding solace in the little moments they spend together at the end of a long day. But despite the happiness they've found, there are still moments of doubt and fear. Mai Lin often worries about her mother, wondering if she is well, and whether she has been blamed for their disappearance. Li Wei, too, is haunted by thoughts of his family, particularly his father, who he knows will never forgive him for what he's done. One evening, as they sit by the riverbank watching the sunset, Mai Lin voices the thoughts that have been troubling her. "Do you think they'll ever forgive us?" she asks quietly, her eyes reflecting the fading light. Li Wei is silent for a moment, staring out at the water. "I don't know," he admits. "Maybe one day, but for now, we can't dwell on it. We have to focus on the life we're building here." Mai Lin nods, though the sadness in her heart doesn't fully dissipate. "I just wish I could see my mother again. I promised her I would come back for her, but now, I don't know if that's possible." Li Wei takes her hand, squeezing it gently. "We'll find a way. Maybe not now, but someday. We've come this far, and we've survived. We'll keep going, one step at a time." His words bring her some comfort, and she leans against him, feeling the steady beat of his heart beneath her ear. The path they've chosen isn't an easy one, but as long as they have each other, Mai Lin knows they can face whatever comes their way. As the days turn into weeks and then months, Li Wei and Mai Lin continue to build their life together. They save what little money they can, slowly accumulating enough to secure a small house on the outskirts of the town. It's a humble home, but to them, it's a symbol of the new life they created, a place where they can be truly free. The seasons change, and with them come new challenges. But through it all, Li Wei and Mai Lin remain steadfast, their love growing stronger with each passing day. They learn to navigate the complexities of their new life, supporting each other through every obstacle and celebrating each victory, no matter how small. In this town, far from the expectations and pressures of their past, they finally find the peace they've been searching for. And as they look out at the world they've built together, they realize that their love is not just unbreakable, it's the foundation of a life that's more beautiful and fulfilling than they ever could have. Chapter 9. Whispers of the Past. As spring arrives, the town bursts into life with vibrant colors and the scent of blooming flowers. The river, once swollen with winter's thaw, now flows gently, reflecting the clear blue skies above. Li Wei and Mai Lin's modest home, nestled among cherry blossom trees, becomes a sanctuary filled with warmth and laughter. The worries that once clouded their hearts begin to fade as they grow more accustomed to their new lives. Yet, despite the peacefulness that envelops them, the shadows of their past refuse to disappear completely. Rumors of their disappearance have spread far beyond their village, reaching even the bustling streets of the town. Though Li Wei and Mai Lin try to keep to themselves, whispers begin to circulate among the townspeople. Whispers of a young couple who defied tradition and fled from their powerful families. One afternoon, as Mai Lin returns from the apothecary, she notices a group of women gathered at the marketplace. Their voices hushed, but their eyes darting in her direction. She feels a chill run down her spine as she realizes they're talking about her. The words are faint, but she catches enough to understand the gist. Rumors of a young woman with delicate features, who looks suspiciously like the daughter of a prominent family from a distant village. Mai Lin quickens her pace, her heart pounding in her chest. She knows they've been careful, never speaking of their past and avoiding anyone who might recognize them. But the fear of being discovered, of having their hard-won freedom ripped away, gnaws at her. By the time she reaches home, her hands are trembling. Li Wei is in the garden, tending to the small vegetable patch they've planted. When he sees Mai Lin's pale face, he immediately drops the hoe and rushes to her side. "What's wrong?" he asks, his voice laced with concern. Mai Lin swallows hard, trying to steady her breath. "People? They're talking about us. I heard them at the market. They're starting to suspect who we are." Li Wei's expression darkens, his jaw tightening. He's feared this moment, knowing that no matter how far they run, their past could always catch up to them. "Did anyone approach you? Did they say anything directly?" Mai Lin shakes her head. "No, they didn't, but I could tell. They're starting to connect the dots. What if someone from our village comes here? What if they find out where we are?" Li Wei pulls her into his arms, holding her close as if he can shield her from the world. "We'll be careful," he murmurs, though he knows the words sound hollow even to his own ears. "We've made it this far, Mai Lin. We'll figure this out, just like we've figured everything else out." But Mai Lin's fear doesn't subside so easily. The next few days are filled with anxiety, every stranger's glance feeling like an accusation, every casual conversation at the market feeling like an interrogation. She starts avoiding the busier parts of town, preferring to stay close to home, where she feels safer. Li Wei, too, becomes more vigilant, watching the faces of everyone they encounter, searching for any sign of recognition or suspicion. He begins to make contingency plans, thinking of where they could go if they need to flee again. But deep down, he knows that running is no longer a viable option. They can't keep uprooting their lives every time someone looks at them the wrong way. One evening, as they sit together by the riverbank, Li Wei brings up a difficult but necessary topic. "Mai Lin, we need to consider the possibility that we might have to confront our past. We can't keep hiding forever." Mai Lin looks at him, her eyes wide with fear. "You mean go back? Face our families?" Li Wei hesitates, knowing how much this idea terrifies her. "I'm not saying we should go back right away, but we might need to find a way to clear our names, to stop these rumors before they ruin everything we've built." Mai Lin shivers at the thought. "But how? How can we face them after everything that's happened? Your father, my family, they won't understand. They'll never accept us." Li Wei sighs, running a hand through his hair. "I don't know, but we can't let fear control our lives. We've fought too hard to be together, to build this life. If there's a way to put an end to this, We have to consider it. My Lin leans into him, seeking comfort in his presence. She knows he's right. Living in constant fear isn't really living at all. But the thought of facing their families again, of reopening old wounds, fills her with dread. As the sun sets and the sky darkens, they sit in silence, each lost in their thoughts. The river flows steadily beside them, its gentle current a reminder of the passage of time. They both know that they can't ignore the growing tension forever. Eventually, they'll have to make a decision that could change the course of their lives once again. Chapter 10. A visitor in the night. A week passes, and the unease that settled over Li Wei and Mai Lin begins to dissipate, but it never fully leaves. They continue with their lives, trying to ignore the whispers and suspicious glances, hoping that the rumors will fade with time. But in their hearts, they know that this fragile peace could shatter at any moment. One night, as they sit together in their small home, a knock at the door startles them. It's late, far past the time when visitors are expected. Li Wei and Mai Lin exchange a worried glance, both sensing that this could be the moment they've been dreading. Li Wei rises cautiously, his heart pounding as he approaches the door. He takes a deep breath, trying to steady himself, and then slowly opens it. A figure stands in the doorway, cloaked in the shadows of the night. The light from the lantern inside barely illuminates the stranger's face, but there's something familiar about the way they carry themselves, something that makes Li Wei's blood run cold. Li Wei, the figure says, their voice low and urgent. It's been a long time. Li Wei's eyes widen in shock as the figure steps forward, revealing themselves in the dim light. It's his older brother, Li Heng, the one person he never expected to see again. Heng, Li Wei breathes, barely able to comprehend what he's seeing. What are you doing here? Li Heng's expression is a mix of relief and tension. I came to find you, brother. Father sent men to search for you, but I managed to slip away and follow my own leads. We need to talk. There are things you need to know. Mai Lin, who has been watching from the corner of the room, steps forward, her heart racing. What's happening, Li Wei? Who is this? Li Wei turns to her, his face pale. This is my brother, Li Heng. He must have come all this way to find us. Li Heng looks at Mai Lin with a mixture of curiosity and sympathy. So, you're Mai Lin. I've heard much about you, though we've never met. I wish it were under better circumstances. Mai Lin's heart sinks. What do you mean? What's happened? Li Heng steps inside, closing the door behind him. He takes a deep breath before speaking, his voice heavy with the weight of his words. Father is furious, as you can imagine. But it's more than that. There are rumors spreading, not just in our village, but in the neighboring towns as well. People are saying that you both ran away together, abandoning your families and shaming them in the eyes of the entire region. Father is determined to find you and bring you back, to restore the family's honor. Li Wei feels a chill run through him. And what about your family, Mai Lin? He asks, looking at her with concern. Li Heng shakes his head. I don't know for sure, but I've heard that they're facing the same pressures. The alliance between our families was supposed to solidify their standing in the village. With you gone, Mai Lin, their position is weakened. They're likely facing demands to find you and bring you back as well. Mai Lin's eyes fill with tears. This is all my fault. I never wanted to bring shame to my family, but I couldn't go through with the marriage. Li Heng's gaze softens as he looks at her. I don't blame you, Mai Lin. From what I've heard, it was a situation that would have crushed your spirit. But now, things are more complicated than ever. The question is, what are you going to do? Li Wei clenches his fists, his mind racing. We can't go back, Heng. We've built a life here, one that we can't just abandon. But if we stay, the rumors will continue to spread, and our families will never stop searching for us. We're trapped. Li Heng nods slowly. I know. That's why I came to warn you. But I also came to offer a solution, one that might give you both a chance at peace. Li Wei and Mai Lin exchange a hopeful glance. What do you have in mind? Li Wei asks, his voice filled with cautious optimism. Li Heng takes a deep breath, as if steeling himself for what he's about to say. Father is a man of pride, but he's also a man who understands power and negotiation. If you can find a way to offer him something he values, something that would save face for our family, he might be willing to make a deal. It won't be easy, but it's better than living on the run forever. My Lin's heart sinks. But what could we possibly offer that would make him forgive us? We've defied him in the worst way possible. Li Heng looks at his brother with a steady gaze. There's only one thing that might work: an alliance with another powerful family, one that could elevate our family's status even higher than before. If you could arrange such a marriage for yourself, Li Wei, or perhaps even broker a significant business deal, Father might see the value in letting this go. Li Wei's stomach churns at the thought. You mean I'd have to marry someone else? After everything My Lin and I have fought for? Li Heng shakes his head. Not necessarily. You're already married to My Lin in spirit, if not in the eyes of the law. But if you can find a way to broker peace and restore our family's honor, perhaps Father would accept it as a compromise. It's not an ideal solution, but it's the only one I can think of that might work. My Lin feels a tightness in her chest as she listens to the brothers' conversation. The thought of Li Wei having to align himself with another family, whether through marriage or some other means, fills her with dread. But she also knows that they can't continue living in fear, constantly looking over their shoulders. There's another option, My Lin says quietly, drawing their attention. What if we approach both of our families together? If we show them that we're committed to each other and willing to make amends, maybe they'll see that this was the right choice. We could offer to return and help our families, using the skills we've gained here to bring them prosperity. Li Wei's eyes soften as he looks at her, his admiration for her growing even more. That's a brave idea, My Lin, but it's risky. If they don't accept us, we could lose everything. Li Heng considers My Lin's suggestion, his brow furrowed in thought. It's possible, he admits. Our families value loyalty and strength. If you can show them that your union is stronger than their plans, that it benefits everyone, they might listen. But it's a gamble. Li Wei takes My Lin's hand, feeling the warmth of her skin against his. We've taken risks before, and we've survived. If we can face our families together, as one, maybe we can find a way to end this conflict without losing what we've built. My Lin nods, her resolve hardening. We can't keep running, Li Wei. If we face them now, at least we'll be doing it on our own terms. Li Heng watches the determination in their eyes, and he knows they've made up their minds. If that's what you choose, then I'll support you. I'll return to Father and speak on your behalf. Prepare him for your return. But you should know, this won't be easy. You'll need to be strong, stronger than you've ever been. Li Wei nods, feeling a mixture of fear and hope swelling within him. We will be. We've come too far to back down now. With their decision made, Li Heng prepares to leave, offering his brother and My Lin a final piece of advice. Give it a little time before you come back. Let me soften Father's heart, or at least try. And be careful, there are still those who might not want to see you succeed. As Li Heng disappears into the night, My Lin and Li Wei stand together in the doorway, watching the darkness swallow him up. The future remains uncertain, but they know they must face it head on, together. Chapter 11. Preparing for the return. The following days are filled with a quiet tension as Li Wei and My Lin prepare for their journey back to their village. They know they must be strategic in their approach, and they spend hours discussing how best to present their case to their families. The stakes are high, and the weight of what they're about to do presses heavily on their shoulders. My Lin spends her days making final arrangements at the apothecary, ensuring that Madame Song will have everything she needs in her absence. The elderly herbalist, sensing that something is amiss, tries to get My Lin to confide in her, but My Lin remains tight-lipped, not wanting to burden the woman who has become like a grandmother to her. I'll be back soon, My Lin promises one afternoon, as she carefully labels jars of herbs. But there's something important I need to take care of. Madame Song studies her with wise, knowing eyes. You're a good girl, My Lin. I've always known there was more to your story than you've told me, but whatever it is, I hope you find the peace you're looking for. My Lin feels a lump in her throat and simply nods, not trusting herself to speak. She's grown attached to this town and its people, and the thought of leaving it behind, even temporarily, fills her with a sense of loss. Li Wei, meanwhile, makes preparations of his own. He speaks with the headmaster at the school where he's been teaching, explaining that he'll need to take a leave of absence. The headmaster, a kind but stern man, looks at Li Wei with concern. Are you sure about this, Li Wei? You've become a valued member of our community. If you leave, things might change. People might start asking questions. Li Wei nods, understanding the risks. I know, but there are things in my past that I need to resolve. I can't move forward until I do. The headmaster sighs, then places a reassuring hand on Li Wei's shoulder. I hope you find the answers you're looking for. And if you ever need a place to return to, you'll always have a home here. As the day of their departure draws near, Li Wei and Mai Lin take time to say goodbye to the few friends they've made, all the while keeping their true intentions hidden. They don't want to worry anyone, nor do they want to attract undue attention. This journey is one they must undertake alone. The night before they're set to leave, Li Wei and Mai Lin sit together in their small home, packing the few belongings they'll take with them. The silence between them is heavy, each lost in their thoughts. But there's an unspoken understanding that they're facing this together. I'm scared, Mai Lin finally admits, her voice barely above a whisper. Li Wei stops what he's doing and turns to her, his expression softening. I am too, but we've faced worse before, haven't we? Mai Lin nods, though her fear doesn't entirely dissipate. What if they don't accept us? What if this was all for nothing? Li Wei takes her hands in his, squeezing them gently. Then we'll make our own way, like we always have. But we have to try, Mai Lin, for us, for our future. Mai Lin takes a deep breath, finding strength in his words. You're right, we have to try. They finish their packing in silence, each lost in their thoughts. The road ahead is uncertain, but they know that as long as they have each other, they can face whatever comes their way. As dawn breaks the next morning, they set off, leaving behind the life they've built in the town. The journey back to their village is fraught with anxiety, but also with a sense of purpose. They're no longer running, they're returning to face their past and to fight for the life they want to live. Chapter 12. The Road to Reconciliation. The journey back to their village takes several days, each one filled with a mix of anticipation and dread. The landscape changes as they travel, from the bustling town to the quiet, rolling hills of the countryside, and finally to the familiar paths that lead to their home village. The closer they get, the more the weight of what they're about to do presses down on them. They arrive at the outskirts of the village just as the sun is beginning to set, casting long shadows over the fields and homes. Everything looks the same as when they left, but there's a tension in the air that wasn't there before, a tension that mirrors the unease in their hearts. Li Wei and Mai Lin stop at the edge of the village, taking a moment to gather their thoughts. Are you ready? Li Wei asks, his voice steady but laced with concern. Mai Lin nods, though her hands are trembling. I am. Let's do this together. They walk through the village hand in hand, their steps slow and deliberate. People stop and stare as they pass, whispering among themselves. Some recognize them immediately, while others look on in confusion, unsure of who these strangers are. The whispers grow louder, and soon, the news of their return spreads like wildfire. As they approach Mai Lin's family home, they see a figure standing outside, waiting. It's Mai Lin's mother, her face pale and drawn. She steps forward as they approach, her eyes wide with shock and a hint of fear. Mai Lin, her voice trembles as she speaks, her daughter's name, as if she can't quite believe what she's seeing. You've come back. Mai Lin swallows hard, feeling the sting of tears in her eyes. Mother, I'm so sorry. Her mother's expression softens, and she pulls Mai Lin into a tight embrace, holding her daughter as if she might disappear again. Oh, my sweet girl, she whispers, her voice thick with emotion. I've missed you so much. We all have. Mai Lin clings to her mother, tears streaming down her face. I'm sorry for everything. I didn't mean to hurt you or bring shame to our family, but I couldn't go through with the marriage. I couldn't live a life that wasn't mine. Her mother pulls back slightly, cupping Mai Lin's face in her hands. You've always been strong-willed. Mai Lin, I should have known you wouldn't follow a path that wasn't your own. But we were all so scared for you. Your father, he was so angry, but it was because he didn't know how to protect you from the consequences. Li Wei steps forward, his expression filled with determination. We didn't come back just to apologize. We came back because we want to make things right. Mai Lin and I love each other, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to earn your forgiveness and to prove that our love doesn't have to be a source of shame. Mai Lin's mother looks at him, her eyes narrowing slightly. You're Li Wei, aren't you? The one my daughter ran away with. You've caused quite a stir, young man. Li Wei bows his head respectfully. Yes, I'm Li Wei. I know I've brought trouble to both our families, but I want to make amends. I believe that Mai Lin and I can bring more prosperity and honor to our families if we work together. Before Mai Lin's mother can respond, the door to the house swings open, and her father steps out. His face is set in a deep frown, his eyes hard as they land on Li Wei. You have some nerve showing your face here, boy. Mai Lin's heart skips a beat, fear gripping her as she sees the anger in her father's eyes. But she knows she can't back down now. She steps in front of Li Wei, shielding him with her body. Father, please listen to us. We didn't come back to defy you. We came back to seek your approval, and to show you that our love can be a strength, not a weakness. Her father's gaze shifts to Mai Lin, his expression softening slightly as he takes in the sight of his daughter, standing so protectively in front of the man she loves. You've changed, Mai Lin, he says gruffly. You've grown up. Mai Lin nods, her voice trembling but resolute. I have, father, and I know what I want now. I want to be with Li Wei, but I also want to make things right with our families. We've been running for too long, and it's time to face the consequences of our actions. But we're asking for your understanding, and for a chance to prove ourselves. There's a long, tense silence as Mai Lin's father considers her words. Finally, he sighs deeply, the weight of the past few months visible in the lines of his face. This isn't just about you, Mai Lin. Our family's reputation, our standing in the village, it's all been jeopardized because of your actions. But I can see that you're sincere. You've always been a stubborn girl, but you've never been reckless. Perhaps there is a way forward, but it won't be easy. Li Wei steps forward, his voice firm. We're prepared to do whatever it takes. We've thought about it carefully, and we believe there's a way to turn this situation around. If we can secure a business alliance or bring some kind of benefit to both our families, it could help restore the honor that was lost. Mai Lin's father regards Li Wei with a measuring gaze. You speak like a man with a plan. What exactly do you have in mind? Li Wei exchanges a glance with Mai Lin before speaking. There's a merchant I've met in the town where we've been living. He's looking for partners to expand his trade routes into our region. If we can convince him to work with our families, it could bring a significant boost to both our households. Mai Lin's father raises an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. Trade routes, you say? That's a bold proposition. It could work, if the merchant is reliable and if you can convince him. Mai Lin steps forward again, her voice filled with hope. We believe it's worth trying, father. We want to show you that our love doesn't have to be a burden. It can be the foundation of something strong, something that benefits everyone. Her father's stern expression softens further as he looks between his daughter and Li Wei. Very well, he says at last. I'll give you a chance to prove yourselves. But know this, if you fail, the consequences will be severe. This is your one opportunity to make things right. Mai Lin and Li Wei both bow deeply, their hearts filled with gratitude and determination. Thank you, father, Mai Lin whispers. We won't let you down. Her father nods, but the tension in his posture reveals that he's still wary. We'll see. For now, you're home. You'll stay here, and we'll work out the details together. But remember, your actions have consequences, and this is your last chance to redeem yourselves. As they step inside the family home, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that the hardest part is still ahead of them. They've taken the first step, but now they must navigate the delicate balance between love and duty, proving that their bond can indeed become unbreakable. Chapter 13. Negotiating with the merchant. With the tentative approval of Mai Lin's father, Li Wei and Mai Lin set to work on their plan. The first step is to reach out to the merchant Li Wei mentioned, a man named Mr. Zhang, who has been seeking opportunities to expand his trade routes into new territories. Li Wei knows that convincing Mr. Zhang to partner with their families could be the key to restoring their honor and securing their future. Mai Lin and Li Wei travel back to the town where they've been living, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that everything depends on the success of this negotiation. When they arrive, they seek out Mr. Zhang at his usual spot in the marketplace, a bustling area where merchants from all over come to trade goods and discuss business. Mr. Zhang is a shrewd businessman in his late 40s, with sharp eyes that miss nothing and a reputation for being both fair and tough. When he sees Li Wei approaching with Mai Lin by his side, he greets them with a nod, his expression neutral but curious. Li Wei, Mr. Zhang says in his deep, authoritative voice. It's been a while. And who is this lovely young lady with you? This is Mai Lin, my wife, Li Wei says, introducing her with pride. We've come to discuss a business proposition that could benefit both you and our families. Mr. Zhang raises an eyebrow, intrigued. A business proposition, you say? You've piqued my interest? Come, sit down. and let's hear what you have in mind. They sit down at a small table in the corner of the marketplace, away from the bustling crowds. Li Wei takes a deep breath before laying out their plan, explaining how their families could benefit from partnering with Mr. Zhang to expand his trade routes into their region. He emphasizes the potential for profit and the advantages of having strong allies in a new territory. Mr. Zhang listens carefully, his expression giving nothing away. When Li Wei finishes, the merchant leans back in his chair, his eyes narrowing as he considers the proposal. It's an interesting idea, Mr. Zhang finally says. But why should I take the risk? Expanding into a new region is costly and uncertain. What guarantees do you offer that this venture will succeed? Mai Lin speaks up, her voice steady but earnest. We understand the risks, Mr. Zhang, but we also know our region well, and we have strong connections that could help secure favorable terms for trade. We're prepared to do everything we can to make this venture a success, and we believe that with your experience and our local knowledge, we can create something truly profitable. Mr. Zhang strokes his chin thoughtfully, studying Mai Lin and Li Wei. You make a compelling argument, he admits, but I'll need more than just words to be convinced. I'll need to see a detailed plan, one that includes potential partners, projected profits, and a strategy for dealing with any obstacles that might arise. Li Wei nods, expecting this response. We've already started working on the plan. If you're willing, we'd like to present it to you in full in a few days. We're confident that we can address any concerns you might have. Mr. Zhang nods slowly. Very well. I'll give you 3 days to prepare your plan. If it's as solid as you say, I'll consider your proposal. But know this, I'm not in the habit of taking unnecessary risks. If I'm not convinced, the deal is off. Mai Lin and Li Wei exchange a glance, both feeling the weight of the challenge ahead. Thank you, Mr. Zhang, Li Wei says, bowing respectfully. We appreciate the opportunity to prove ourselves. As they leave the marketplace, Mai Lin can't help but feel a mix of hope and anxiety. The future of their families and their own future together rests on their ability to convince Mr. Zhang to take a chance on them. But she also knows that they've come too far to give up now. We can do this, Mai Lin says, determination hardening her voice as they walk through the marketplace. We've faced so many challenges already, and we've always found a way through. This time will be no different. Li Wei nods, his expression resolute. You're right. We just need to stay focused and make sure every detail is covered. Mr. Zhang isn't someone who can be easily swayed by sentiment. He needs hard facts and solid plans. If we can give him that, we'll have a real chance. The next 3 days are a whirlwind of activity. Mai Lin and Li Wei work tirelessly to put together a comprehensive business proposal. They spend hours poring over maps, researching potential trade partners, and calculating profit margins. Mai Lin's keen eye for detail helps them anticipate potential obstacles, while Li Wei's strategic thinking allows them to craft a persuasive narrative. As they work, they also reach out to trusted contacts in the region, seeking advice and support. Some are hesitant to get involved, wary of the risks, but others are intrigued by the prospect of a lucrative new trade route. With each conversation, Mai Lin and Li Wei build a network of allies who could help make their plan a reality. Despite the intense pressure, Mai Lin and Li Wei find comfort in each other's presence. They take turns lifting each other's spirits when doubt creeps in, reminding each other of all they've overcome. Their bond, forged in the crucible of adversity, only grows stronger as they work together toward a common goal. Finally, the day arrives for them to present their proposal to Mr. Zhang. They arrive at his office early, carrying a carefully prepared portfolio that contains all the information he requested and more. As they wait for Mr. Zhang to meet with them, the tension in the room is palpable. Mai Lin's heart pounds in her chest, but she forces herself to remain calm, knowing that this moment could define their future. Mr. Zhang enters the room with his usual composed demeanor, nodding to them as he takes his seat. I see you've come prepared, he says, eyeing the portfolio in Li Wei's hands. Li Wei nods, handing over the documents. We've put together a detailed plan, covering everything from potential trade partners to projected profits and risk mitigation strategies. We believe this venture could be highly profitable for all involved, and we're confident that we can make it a success. Mr. Zhang opens the portfolio and begins reviewing the contents. The room falls into silence as he studies the maps, the financial projections, and the list of potential partners. Mai Lin and Li Wei watch anxiously, trying to read his expression, but Mr. Zhang's face remains inscrutable. After what feels like an eternity, Mr. Zhang closes the portfolio and sets it down on the table. He looks up at Mai Lin and Li Wei, his sharp eyes glinting with interest. "You've done your homework," he says, his voice measured. "This is a well-thought-out plan, and I can see that you've put a great deal of effort into it. The potential for profit is certainly there, and I appreciate the thoroughness with which you've addressed the risks." Mai Lin holds her breath, waiting for the final verdict. However, Mr. Zhang continues, "There are still uncertainties, factors beyond your control that could impact the success of this venture. The key will be your ability to adapt to changing circumstances and to maintain the trust of your partners." Li Wei nods, leaning forward slightly. "We understand that, Mr. Zhang, and we're committed to being flexible and responsive to any challenges that arise. We've built strong relationships with our potential partners, and we're confident that with your support, we can navigate any obstacles." Mr. Zhang is silent for a moment. Then he smiles, a rare expression on his usually stoic face. "You've convinced me," he says, much to their relief. "I'm willing to take a chance on this partnership. On one condition, I will oversee the initial phase of the operation, personally, to ensure that everything is running smoothly. If it meets my expectations, we'll continue. If not, we'll reassess." Mai Lin and Li Wei exchange a glance, a surge of triumph and relief washing over them. "We accept your terms," Li Wei says, his voice steady. "Thank you for giving us this opportunity." Mr. Zhang nods, standing up to shake their hands. "Let's hope this is the beginning of a successful partnership." As they leave Mr. Zhang's office, Mai Lin feels a weight lift from her shoulders. They've done it, they've secured the support they need to move forward. But she knows that this is just the first step in a much larger journey. There will still be challenges ahead, and they'll need to remain vigilant and resourceful if they're to succeed. But for now, as she walks beside Li Wei, she allows herself a moment of quiet satisfaction. They've faced the odds together and come out stronger, and she knows that as long as they continue to trust and support each other, they can overcome anything. Chapter 14. Returning home with hope. With the deal secured, Mai Lin and Li Wei return to their village, this time with renewed confidence and a tangible plan to present to their families. The journey back is filled with a sense of anticipation, but also a quiet determination. They know that this is only the beginning of the hard work ahead, but they are ready to face it together. As they approach the village, the sight of the familiar landscape brings a sense of calm to Mai Lin's heart. The rolling hills and the scent of the earth in the air remind her of the deep roots she has in this place, a place she once thought she'd left behind for good. Li Wei, sensing her thoughts, reaches out and takes her hand. "We're doing the right thing, Mai Lin. This is our chance to build something lasting, something that honors both our love and our families." Mai Lin smiles at him, her fears beginning to melt away. "I know, and with Mr. Zhang's support, we have a real opportunity to make this work. I just hope our families will see that too." When they arrive at Mai Lin's family home, they're greeted with a mixture of surprise and curiosity. Word has spread that they went to meet with a powerful merchant, and the villagers are eager to hear what transpired. Mai Lin's father, in particular, is waiting for them with a serious expression, his arms crossed as they approach. "Well?" he asks, his tone gruff but laced with a hint of concern. "Did you succeed?" Li Wei steps forward, bowing respectfully. "Yes, father. Mr. Zhang has agreed to the partnership, under the condition that he oversees the initial phase. We've prepared a detailed plan, and with his support, we believe this venture could bring great prosperity to both our families." Mai Lin's father raises an eyebrow, clearly impressed despite himself. "Mr. Zhang is no fool. If he's agreed to this, it must mean you've presented a convincing case. But remember, this is only the beginning. You'll need to follow through on your promises if you want to regain the respect you've lost." Mai Lin steps forward, her voice filled with conviction. "We understand that, father. We've made mistakes, but we're committed to making things right. This isn't just about us, it's about our families and the future we want to build together." Her father studies her for a long moment, then nods slowly. "Very well. I'll support you in this endeavor. But know this, I'll be watching closely. If you falter, It won't just be your reputation at stake, it will be all of ours. Mai Lin and Li Wei both bow deeply, their hearts filled with gratitude and determination. Thank you, Father, Mai Lin says, her voice steady. We won't let you down. With her father's cautious approval, Mai Lin and Li Wei begin the process of integrating their families into the business venture. They spend days meeting with local merchants and craftsmen, explaining the plan and securing commitments. Slowly but surely, the pieces begin to fall into place, and the once hostile village starts to warm to the idea of the new trade route. As they work, Mai Lin finds herself reconnecting with the people and places she once thought she'd left behind. She spends time with her mother, helping her in the garden and talking late into the night. They share stories and laughter, and for the first time in a long while, Mai Lin feels a deep sense of belonging. Li Wei, too, finds his place within the village, earning the respect of the elders. With his thoughtful approach and his dedication to making the business a success, he works alongside the villagers, learning their ways and sharing his knowledge in return. Slowly, he becomes a part of the community, no longer an outsider, but someone they trust and rely on. The days turn into weeks, and the initial phase of the trade venture begins to take shape. Mr. Zhang visits the village to oversee the progress, and he is pleased with what he sees. The villagers are working hard, and the first shipments of goods are already being prepared for transport. The atmosphere in the village shifts from one of skepticism to one of cautious optimism, and Mai Lin and Li Wei are at the center of it all, their love and determination driving the project forward. One evening, as the sun sets over the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei sit together on a hill overlooking the fields. The sky is painted in shades of orange and pink, and the air is filled with the sounds of crickets and distant laughter. Mai Lin leans her head on Li Wei's shoulder, a sense of peace settling over her. We've come a long way, she says softly, her voice filled with quiet reflection. There were times when I wasn't sure if we'd ever make it back here, let alone have a chance to build something like this together. Li Wei wraps his arm around her, pulling her closer. We have, and we're not just building a business. Mai Lin, we're building a life that's ours, shaped by our choices and our love. It hasn't been easy, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Mai Lin smiles, her heart swelling with affection and gratitude. Neither would I never imagined that returning home would feel like this. Like we're not just coming back, but moving forward, creating something new. They sit in comfortable silence for a while, watching as the last light of day fades and the stars begin to twinkle in the darkening sky. The village below is quiet now, the fires in the hearths glowing softly in the windows. Mai Lin feels a deep sense of contentment, knowing that they have not only reconciled with their families but also found a way to contribute to the community in a meaningful way. As they sit there, Mai Lin's thoughts turn to the future. There's still so much ahead of us, she says thoughtfully. We've managed to get the village on board, but there will be challenges we haven't even thought of yet. We'll need to be ready for anything. Li Wei nods, his expression serious. You're right, we've gained their trust, but we'll need to keep earning it every day. And as our business grows, there will be new problems to solve, new people to convince. But whatever comes our way, we'll face it together. Mai Lin squeezes his hand, drawing strength from his unwavering confidence. Together, she agrees, no matter what. As they descend the hill and make their way back to the village, the sense of hope they carry is almost tangible. The bond between them, once fragile and tested by countless obstacles, now feels unbreakable. They have proven to themselves and to others that love can be a source of strength and resilience, and that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to forge a path forward. The days that follow are filled with hard work, but also with a deepening sense of fulfillment. The trade venture begins to bear fruit, with the first shipments successfully reaching their destination and bringing back goods that are eagerly received by the villagers. The profits, though modest at first, are enough to demonstrate the viability of the business, and the mood in the village becomes increasingly optimistic. Mai Lin's father, once skeptical, begins to soften as he sees the positive impact the venture is having on their family and the community. He spends more time with Li Wei, discussing business strategies and offering advice drawn from his years of experience. Though he is still cautious, it is clear that he is beginning to respect Li Wei, not just as his daughter's husband, but as a capable and honorable man. My Lin's mother, too, finds joy in the changes taking place. She is proud of her daughter's courage and determination, and she takes comfort in the fact that My Lin has found her place in the world, a place that is both rooted in tradition and open to new possibilities. As the venture grows, so does the connection between My Lin and Li Wei. Their partnership, forged in the crucible of their shared trials, becomes the foundation of their success. They learn to balance each other's strengths and weaknesses, supporting one another in both the good times and the difficult moments. Their love, once threatened by the expectations of their families and society, now flourishes in the fertile soil of mutual respect and shared purpose. But they know that this is only the beginning. There are still many challenges ahead, and they will need to stay vigilant and adaptable if they are to continue building the life they envision. Yet, with each passing day, they grow more confident in their ability to face whatever comes their way. One evening, as they walk through the village, hand in hand, My Lin looks up at Li Wei with a smile. "I'm ready for whatever the future holds," she says, her voice filled with quiet determination. "As long as we're together, I know we can handle anything." Li Wei smiles back at her, his eyes shining with love and pride. "I feel the same way, My Lin. We've already overcome so much. I have no doubt that we'll continue to succeed, no matter what challenges we face." As they stand there, surrounded by the peaceful sounds of the village at dusk, they both know that the journey ahead will not be easy. But they also know that they have something far more valuable than wealth or status. They have each other. And with that, they have everything they need to create a future filled with hope, love, and unbreakable bonds. Chapter 15. New Horizons. As the trade venture gains momentum, My Lin and Li Wei find themselves at the center of a burgeoning enterprise that is not only revitalizing their village, but also opening doors to new opportunities. The success of their initial shipments has caught the attention of merchants from neighboring regions, and soon they are approached with offers to expand their trade routes even further. One day, while reviewing the latest set of trade proposals, Li Wei turns to My Lin with a thoughtful expression. "We've accomplished so much already, but I think it's time to consider expanding beyond our region. There are markets in the north that are eager for the goods we're trading. If we can establish a foothold there, it could secure our future for generations to come." My Lin considers his words, her mind racing with the possibilities. Expanding their trade routes would be a significant step, one that could bring great rewards, but also new risks. "It's a big step," she says, her voice tinged with both excitement and caution, "but it could also be the key to ensuring our long-term success. We'd need to carefully plan our approach and make sure we have the right partners in place." Li Wei nods in agreement. "I've been in contact with a few merchants who are interested in working with us. They have connections in the northern territories and are willing to help us navigate the new markets. If we can secure their support, we could launch a new phase of our venture." With the decision made, My Lin and Li Wei set to work on expanding their business. They spend weeks traveling to different towns and cities, meeting with potential partners and negotiating terms. The process is exhausting, but also exhilarating, as they see their vision coming to life in ways they had only dreamed of. As they travel, My Lin is struck by the diversity and richness of the cultures they encounter. Each town and city has its own unique customs and traditions, and she finds herself learning something new at every stop. These experiences deepen her appreciation for the world beyond her village, and she begins to see how their venture could be more than just a business. It could be a bridge between different peoples and places. One evening, after a long day of meetings in a bustling northern city, My Lin and Li Wei find themselves walking along the banks of a wide, serene river. The water reflects the light of the setting sun, casting a golden glow over everything. As they walk, My Lin speaks her thoughts aloud. "I never imagined our lives would take us this far," she says, her voice filled with wonder. "We've seen so much, met so many different people. It's amazing to think that we're not just building a business, but also connecting our village with the wider world." Li Wei smiles, his eyes reflecting the same sense of wonder. "It is amazing, and it's all because we refuse to give up on our love and our dreams. We're creating something that will last, a legacy that will be remembered long after we're gone." My Lin stops and turns to face him, her heart swelling with emotion. "I'm so grateful for this journey, Li Wei, for everything we've built together. I know there will be challenges ahead, but I feel ready to face them, as long as we're together. Li Wei pulls her into a gentle embrace, his voice soft but filled with conviction. We've faced every challenge together, and we've come out stronger each time. Whatever the future holds, I know we'll continue to grow and succeed, side by side. As they stand there, holding each other by the river's edge, Mai Lin feels a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. They have come so far from the days when they were running away from their families, searching for a place where they could be together. Now, they are not only together, but they are also leaders, visionaries who are shaping the future of their village and beyond. With the expansion of their trade routes into the northern territories, Mai Lin and Li Wei embark on a new chapter in their lives. They face new challenges, from navigating unfamiliar markets to dealing with competitors who are less than honorable. But through it all, they remain united, their bond unbreakable. Their venture continues to thrive, bringing prosperity not only to their families, but also to the communities they touch. Mai Lin's father, once wary of the risks, becomes one of their staunchest supporters, often traveling with them to offer his wisdom and experience. Mai Lin's mother finds joy in the success of her daughter and son-in-law, proud of the legacy they are creating. As the seasons pass and the years roll on, Mai Lin and Li Wei's venture grows into something far greater than they ever imagined. It becomes a network of trade routes that spans regions, bringing people and cultures together in ways that enrich everyone involved. But beyond the success of their business, Mai Lin and Li Wei find their greatest fulfillment in each other. Their love, once shattered by the pressures of tradition and duty, has been reforged into something strong and enduring. They have learned that true success is not just measured in wealth or accomplishments, but in the strength of the relationships and bonds they have nurtured along the way. As the years go by, Mai Lin and Li Wei's venture becomes a symbol of progress and unity, bridging gaps between diverse communities. Their story becomes a source of inspiration for others, demonstrating that with determination, love, and resilience, even the most daunting challenges can be overcome. One autumn evening, Mai Lin and Li Wei sit on the veranda of their family home, watching the sun set over the fields. The golden light reflects off the river, casting a serene glow over the landscape. Their children, now teenagers, are busy helping in the family business, eager to learn and contribute to the legacy their parents have built. Mai Lin looks at Li Wei, her heart full of pride and contentment. I never imagined how far we'd come when we first started this journey. It feels like a lifetime ago that we were struggling to find our way. Li Wei takes her hand, his eyes filled with warmth. It does feel like a lifetime ago, and yet, it feels like just yesterday. We've accomplished so much, but what matters most is that we've done it together. Their children join them, their faces glowing with enthusiasm, as they talk about the latest developments in the business. Mai Lin and Li Wei listen with pride, knowing that the future is in good hands. They have worked hard to build something lasting, and now they see that their children are eager to continue the work. As night falls, the family gathers around the table for a meal, the atmosphere filled with laughter and shared stories. Mai Lin's parents, now older but still active in the community, are there as well, their faces reflecting the joy and satisfaction of seeing their daughter's dreams come to fruition. Mai Lin raises her glass in a toast, her voice filled with emotion. To family, to love, and to the unbreakable bonds that have carried us through. May we continue to build on the foundation we've created, and may we always cherish the relationships that make our journey worthwhile. Her father raises his glass in return, his eyes shining with pride. To the future and to the legacy of perseverance and love that you've built. You've done more than just succeed. You've created something that will endure and inspire. As they clink glasses and share a heartfelt toast, Mai Lin looks around at the faces of her loved ones, her family, her friends, and her community. She feels a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that they have not only achieved their goals, but have also strengthened the bonds that hold them together. In the years that follow, Mai Lin and Li Wei continue to guide their family business with wisdom and compassion, adapting to new challenges and opportunities as they arise. Their story becomes a testament to the power of love and resilience, and their legacy lives on in the thriving trade network they built and in the generations of their family who carry on their work. Their journey, marked by trials and triumphs, is a reminder that even when love is shattered, it can be mended and transformed into something unbreakable. And as they look out over the land they have nurtured and the lives they have touched, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that their greatest achievement is not just the success of their venture, but the enduring strength of their bond that has weathered every storm and emerged stronger, just like the love that brought them together. Chapter 16. Echoes of the Past. As the seasons turn and the years progress, Mai Lin and Li Wei's life seems to fall into a rhythm of success and contentment. The trade routes they established flourish, and their children are growing up with a sense of purpose and responsibility, eager to continue their parents' legacy. However, the peace and prosperity they have worked so hard to achieve are about to be challenged by unexpected echoes from the past. One crisp winter morning, Mai Lin receives a letter from an old acquaintance, a woman named Li Wen, who was once a close friend from her childhood. The letter is written in an elegant script and carries a sense of urgency that immediately captures Mai Lin's attention. As she reads the letter, her face pales, and she looks up at Li Wei with a worried expression. "What's wrong?" Li Wei asks, sensing her distress. Mai Lin hands him the letter, her hands trembling slightly. "It's from Li Wen. She's in trouble and needs our help. Apparently, she's been involved in some sort of conflict in her region, and it's putting her and her family at risk." Li Wei reads the letter, his brow furrowing as he processes the information. "It sounds serious. We should consider going to see her. If she's reached out to us, it must mean she trusts us to help." Mai Lin nods, her resolve strengthening. "I agree. We owe it to her to offer our support. She was a significant part of my life, and I can't just ignore her plea." The decision is made quickly. Mai Lin and Li Wei prepare for the journey, knowing that it will take them far from their current responsibilities. They leave their children in the capable hands of their extended family, ensuring that the business will continue to run smoothly in their absence. As they travel to Li Wen's region, Mai Lin reflects on their shared past. Li Wen was not just a friend, but a kindred spirit who had shared many of Mai Lin's dreams and fears. Their friendship had been a source of strength during difficult times, and now Mai Lin feels a deep sense of duty to return the favor. The journey is long and arduous, and as they approach Li Wen's village, Mai Lin is struck by the stark contrast between their thriving home and the difficulties faced by her friend's community. The village is nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains, and the signs of hardship are evident in the weathered buildings and the weary expressions of the people. When Mai Lin and Li Wei finally arrive at Li Wen's home, they are greeted with a mixture of relief and apprehension. Li Wen, now older and visibly stressed, embraces Mai Lin with tears in her eyes. "Mai Lin, I'm so glad you're here," Li Wen says, her voice choked with emotion. "I didn't know where else to turn. We're facing a crisis. Bandits have been terrorizing the village, and they're demanding protection money that we can't afford. They've already attacked several families, and no one knows what to do." Mai Lin's heart aches as she listens to Li Wen's account. The familiar feeling of helplessness returns, but it is quickly replaced by a sense of determination. "We'll help you," Mai Lin says firmly. "We've faced difficult situations before, and we'll face this one together." Li Wei steps forward, his expression resolute. "We have resources and connections that might help. We can reach out to allies we've made through our trade routes and see if we can muster support. But we'll also need to address the immediate threats to the village." Li Wen looks at them with a mixture of hope and gratitude. "Thank you. I don't know how we would manage without your help." The first step is to assess the situation on the ground. Mai Lin and Li Wei spend the next few days meeting with village leaders and organizing a plan of action. They reach out to their network of contacts, seeking support from merchants and allies who can provide supplies and assistance. They also work to strengthen the village's defenses, training the villagers in basic self-defense and fortifying vulnerable areas. As they work, Mai Lin and Li Wei grow closer once again, united by a shared purpose. Their experience and leadership bring a sense of hope to Li Wen's village, and the villagers begin to feel a renewed sense of resilience. One evening, as Mai Lin and Li Wei sit by the fire with Li Wen, discussing their next steps, Li Wen's daughter approaches them with a tentative smile. "Thank you for everything you're doing," she says shyly. "We've been so scared, but seeing you here gives us hope." Mai Lin smiles at the girl, her heart swelling with emotion. "You're very welcome. We're here because we care about this village and its people. We won't stop until we've made things right." Li Wen watches her daughter with pride and then turns to My Lin. "And Li Wei, you've given us more than just physical support. You've reminded us of what it means to stand together in times of trouble. I'm forever grateful for your friendship and your courage." The night passes with a sense of camaraderie and shared determination. As My Lin and Li Wei prepare for the challenges ahead, they know that they are not just fighting for their friend, but for the future of an entire community. Their bond, tested and strengthened by their journey, becomes a source of inspiration and hope for those around them. With each passing day, My Lin and Li Wei's efforts begin to make a difference. The village starts to push back against the bandits, and the support from their allies begins to turn the tide. Slowly but surely, the situation improves, and the threat of violence begins to recede. By the time they prepare to leave Li Wen's village, the atmosphere is one of cautious optimism. The villagers are grateful for the help they've received, and Li Wen's family can finally breathe a sigh of relief. My Lin and Li Wei take their leave with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that they have made a real difference in their friend's life. As they journey back home, My Lin reflects on the experience, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and gratitude. The challenges they faced have only strengthened their resolve and deepened their appreciation for the bonds they have forged along the way. Their return to their own village is met with relief and joy. Their children run to greet them, their faces lit up with excitement at their parents' return. My Lin and Li Wei share their experiences with their family, reinforcing the values of resilience and solidarity that have guided them throughout their journey. In the months that follow, My Lin and Li Wei continue to build on their successes, expanding their trade network and strengthening their community. Their commitment to supporting others, forged in the crucible of their shared experiences, becomes a cornerstone of their legacy. The echoes of the past have taught them valuable lessons about friendship, courage, and the importance of standing together in times of crisis. As they look to the future, My Lin and Li Wei remain steadfast in their belief that love and unbreakable bonds are the keys to overcoming any challenge and creating a future filled with hope and promise. Chapter 17, Shadows of Betrayal. With the successful resolution of Li Wen's crisis, My Lin and Li Wei return to their flourishing village with a renewed sense of purpose. The trade network they have built continues to thrive, and their family life is enriched by the bonds they have reinforced. However, the peace they have worked so hard to achieve is about to be disrupted by unexpected shadows of betrayal. One afternoon, as My Lin reviews the latest trade reports, she notices a discrepancy in the accounts. Certain figures don't align with what she knows about their transactions. Her intuition tells her that something is wrong, and she decides to investigate further. Li Wei joins her, and they delve into the financial records, tracing each transaction meticulously. The more they investigate, the more they uncover a troubling pattern of irregularities that points to possible embezzlement or fraud. The realization is unsettling. Someone within their trusted circle may be undermining their efforts. They decide to approach their closest associates, including some of the village leaders and key partners in their trade network, to discreetly gather more information. The atmosphere is tense as they work to uncover the truth, and they are met with a mixture of disbelief and concern from their associates. One evening, My Lin and Li Wei meet with their chief accountant, Zhang Wei, who has been with them since the beginning. Zhang Wei is a loyal and trusted member of their team, but the evidence suggests that he may be involved in the discrepancies. Zhang Wei meets them in a quiet corner of the village, his face lined with worry. "I know why you've called me here," he begins, his voice heavy with resignation. "You've found the irregularities. I'm afraid there's no easy way to explain this." My Lin looks at him with a mixture of sadness and resolve. "Zhang Wei, we've worked together for years. If there's something you're hiding, we need to know the truth. It's not just about the money, it's about trust." Zhang Wei takes a deep breath, his shoulders slumping. "I didn't want to burden you with this. There's been pressure from outside forces, competing merchants who were unhappy with our success. They've threatened me and my family. I felt trapped, and I made some terrible decisions." Li Wei's expression hardens. "Threats are no excuse for betrayal. You've put everything we've built at risk. We need to understand exactly what's happened and what we can do to fix it." Zhang Wei nods, tears in his eyes. "I'll give you all the information I have. I'm deeply sorry for what I've done. Please, help me make it right. With Jiang Wei's confession, Mai Lin and Li Wei are able to trace the full extent of the betrayal. They discover that the discrepancies were part of a larger scheme, orchestrated by rival merchants who sought to sabotage their business. The rivals had manipulated Jiang Wei and used threats to coerce him into their scheme. Mai Lin and Li Wei work swiftly to address the damage. They strengthen their financial controls and take legal action against the rivals, ensuring that their business and reputation are protected. They also provide support to Jiang Wei and his family, helping them relocate and start anew, recognizing that his actions were driven by desperation and fear. Despite the resolution, the betrayal leaves a lasting impact on Mai Lin and Li Wei. They are reminded of the fragility of trust and the constant vigilance required to safeguard their achievements. The experience reinforces their commitment to transparency and integrity within their business. As they move forward, they focus on rebuilding their relationships with their associates and partners. They implement stricter oversight and foster a culture of openness and accountability. The challenges they face only strengthen their resolve to ensure that their business remains a force for good. In the midst of their efforts to heal and rebuild, Mai Lin and Li Wei find solace in the support of their family and community. Their children, though young, begin to understand the importance of trust and responsibility. They are actively involved in the business, learning from their parents' experiences and contributing to the future of the venture. One evening, as Mai Lin and Li Wei sit together on their porch, reflecting on the tumultuous events, Mai Lin speaks softly. "It's been a difficult period, but I believe we've emerged stronger. We've faced betrayal and adversity, but we've also proven that our bond and our commitment to each other are unshakable." Li Wei takes her hand, his gaze steady. "We've faced challenges before and will face more in the future. What matters is how we respond and how we support one another. Our strength lies in our unity and our ability to overcome whatever comes our way." As they look out over the village, now more resilient than ever, Mai Lin and Li Wei are reminded of the strength of their love and the unbreakable bonds they have forged. They know that their journey is far from over, but they are confident in their ability to navigate whatever challenges lie ahead. With renewed determination, they continue to lead their business with integrity and compassion, committed to making a positive impact on their community and beyond. The shadows of betrayal may have tested their resolve, but they have emerged stronger, more unified, and more committed to their vision of a future built on trust, resilience, and enduring love. Chapter 18, A New Dawn. After overcoming the shadows of betrayal, Mai Lin and Li Wei feel a renewed sense of purpose as they navigate the challenges of rebuilding their trust and fortifying their business. The village begins to recover from the financial strain, and the effects of their proactive measures start to show. Their commitment to transparency and ethical practices solidifies their reputation and reinforces the community's faith in their leadership. As winter turns to spring, the village comes alive with new growth and opportunities. Mai Lin and Li Wei decide to take advantage of this period of renewal by expanding their business into new areas, focusing on sustainable practices and community development. They launch several initiatives aimed at supporting local artisans and promoting environmentally friendly trade practices. One initiative involves partnering with local artisans to create unique, handcrafted products that can be sold in their trade network. The goal is to highlight the region's cultural heritage, while providing additional income sources for local families. Mai Lin and Li Wei organize workshops and training sessions, sharing their knowledge and resources with artisans to help them refine their skills and market their products effectively. The response from the artisans and the community is overwhelmingly positive. The new products not only enhance their trade offerings, but also foster a sense of pride and collaboration among the villagers. As the artisans showcase their work at local markets and trade fairs, the visibility of their craft grows, attracting interest from buyers across the region. One day, as Mai Lin oversees the artisans' workshop, she is approached by an elderly woman named Grandma Chen, who has been a prominent figure in the village for many years. Grandma Chen has been crafting beautiful, intricate textiles for decades, and her work is highly respected. "Mai Lin, I wanted to thank you," Grandma Chen says with a warm smile. Your efforts have breathed new life into our traditions. The workshops and opportunities you've created are not just beneficial for us financially, but they've also rekindled a sense of community and purpose. My Lin's eyes glisten with emotion. Thank you, Grandma Chen. It's been a privilege to work with you and the other artisans. Your skill and dedication are what make this venture truly meaningful. The success of the artisan program leads Mai Lin and Li Wei to consider further community-focused projects. They launch a series of educational programs aimed at teaching business skills and financial literacy to young people in the village. These programs are designed to equip the next generation with the tools they need to succeed and continue the legacy of resilience and innovation. The educational programs receive enthusiastic support from both the village and neighboring communities. Young people eagerly participate, learning valuable skills that will help them contribute to the future growth of their communities. Mai Lin and Li Wei find great satisfaction in seeing their children and other young villagers becoming actively involved in these initiatives, furthering the sense of unity and shared purpose. As spring blossoms into summer, Mai Lin and Li Wei host a festival to celebrate the achievements of their community and showcase the new products and initiatives. The festival is a vibrant event filled with music, dance, and traditional performances, attracting visitors from across the region. It becomes a symbol of the village's resilience and the positive impact of their efforts. During the festival, Mai Lin and Li Wei take a moment to reflect on their journey. They stand together on a hill overlooking the festivities, watching as the village comes alive with joy and celebration. Mai Lin looks at Li Wei, her heart full of gratitude. Look at how far we've come, Mai Lin says softly. We've faced so many challenges, but we've also created something beautiful and lasting. The village is thriving, and the future looks bright. Li Wei nods, his expression filled with pride. We've done it together, and we've built more than just a successful business. We've built a community, a legacy, and a life that reflects our values and dreams. As the festival continues into the night, Mai Lin and Li Wei join their family and friends in celebrating the successes and the bonds that have grown stronger over the years. The festival serves as a reminder of the power of unity, resilience, and love, and it marks a new chapter in their journey, one filled with hope, opportunity, and the promise of a brighter future. With their community flourishing and their legacy firmly established, Mai Lin and Li Wei look forward to the future with optimism and determination. They know that their journey is far from over, but they are confident that their unbreakable bond and their commitment to making a positive impact will guide them through whatever challenges lie ahead. As the festival draws to a close and the stars light up the night sky, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together, ready to embrace the new dawn that awaits them. Their love, their shared vision, and their dedication to their community have created a future filled with endless possibilities and the promise of continued success and happiness. Chapter 19. The Weaving of Fate. As summer transitions into fall, the village enjoys the fruits of its labor. The festival's success has brought renewed energy and enthusiasm to the community, and Mai Lin and Li Wei take this opportunity to strengthen their connections with neighboring regions and explore new avenues for growth. One morning, Mai Lin receives an unexpected visitor, an old friend from her early years, Zhang Li, who has become a prominent entrepreneur in a distant city. Zhang Li has heard about the recent developments in Mai Lin's village and has come to offer a unique opportunity. Mai Lin, it's been too long, Zhang Li says with a warm hug. I've been following your progress with great interest. Your success has inspired me, and I'd like to discuss a potential collaboration. Mai Lin invites Zhang Li to her home, and they sit together in the garden, catching up on old times. Zhang Li explains that he has established a chain of boutique stores specializing in high-quality, ethically sourced products. He is interested in partnering with Mai Lin to feature their village's handcrafted goods in his stores, providing them with a broader market and additional exposure. This could be a game changer for us, Mai Lin says, her eyes lighting up. We've been focusing on local markets and regional fairs, but expanding into boutique stores could elevate our products and reach a new audience. Li Wei, who has been listening intently, nods in agreement. We've always valued quality and authenticity in our trade. This partnership could align perfectly with our mission and help us achieve even greater success. Zhang Li outlines the details of the collaboration, including logistics, marketing strategies, and financial arrangements. The proposal is ambitious, but aligns well with Mai Lin and Li Wei's goals for expanding their business and promoting their community's craftsmanship. After careful consideration, Mai Lin and Li Wei agree to move forward with the partnership. They begin the process of preparing their products for inclusion in Zhang Li's boutique stores, ensuring that each item meets the high standards required. As they work on this new venture, Mai Lin and Li Wei continue to oversee their existing initiatives, maintaining their commitment to sustainable practices and community development. The artisans in the village are excited about the opportunity to showcase their work on a larger stage, and the prospect of reaching a wider audience fills them with pride. One evening, as Mai Lin and Li Wei review the preparations for the upcoming launch of their products in Zhang Li's stores, Mai Lin reflects on the path they have traveled. "It's amazing to think how far we've come," Mai Lin says. "From the challenges we faced to the successes we've achieved. It's been a journey of growth and transformation." Li Wei takes her hand, his eyes filled with appreciation. "We've always faced our challenges together, and we've built something truly special. This new opportunity is a testament to our hard work and our commitment to making a positive impact." As the launch date approaches, excitement builds within the village. The artisans prepare their final pieces, and the local community rallies to support the new venture. The day of the launch is filled with anticipation and enthusiasm as Mai Lin, Li Wei, and their team prepare for the unveiling. The boutique stores that feature the village's handcrafted goods become an instant success. Customers are drawn to the unique, high-quality products and the story behind them. The collaboration with Zhang Li proves to be a significant milestone, elevating the village's profile and creating new opportunities for growth. The success of the collaboration brings additional resources and recognition to the village. Mai Lin and Li Wei use this momentum to further invest in community projects, including educational programs and infrastructure improvements. The positive impact is felt throughout the region, and the village becomes a shining example of how dedication and innovation can lead to remarkable achievements. As fall settles into winter, Mai Lin and Li Wei gather with their family and friends to celebrate the success of their new venture. The village is thriving, and the sense of community and pride is stronger than ever. One evening, as they gather around the fire, Mai Lin and Li Wei reflect on the journey that has brought them to this point. Their love, resilience, and commitment to their community have created a legacy that will endure for generations. The story of their journey from the challenges they faced to the successes they achieved is a testament to the power of unity, perseverance, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided them through every trial. As they look to the future, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that their journey is far from over, but they are confident that the weaving of their fate has created a future filled with endless possibilities and the promise of continued success and happiness. Chapter 20. The Call of the Unknown. With the new venture thriving and the village enjoying unprecedented prosperity, Mai Lin and Li Wei feel a sense of accomplishment and peace. Yet, as the winter settles in, Mai Lin begins to sense a growing restlessness within herself. Her heart yearns for something beyond the familiar comforts of their success, a call to explore uncharted territories and uncover new possibilities. One chilly evening, while Mai Lin and Li Wei are discussing their plans for the coming year, Mai Lin broaches a topic that has been on her mind. "Li Wei, I've been thinking about the future," Mai Lin says, her voice filled with contemplation. "We've accomplished so much here, but I feel there's something more we could do, something beyond the village and our current projects." Li Wei looks at her thoughtfully. "What do you have in mind?" Mai Lin hesitates, then continues. "I've been considering exploring new trade routes and establishing connections in regions we've never ventured into before. There's a vast world out there, and I believe there are opportunities we haven't even imagined." Li Wei raises an eyebrow, intrigued but cautious. Exploring new territories is a significant undertaking. It would require careful planning and resources. "Are you sure this is what you want?" Mai Lin nods, her resolve firm. Yes, I am. I believe that expanding our horizons could open doors to new partnerships and innovations that could benefit not only us, but also the communities we touch. Li Wei considers her words, sensing her determination and passion. If this is truly what you want, then I'll support you. We'll need to plan meticulously and ensure that our existing commitments are secure before embarking on such an adventure. Over the next few weeks, Mai Lin and Li Wei begin preparations for their exploration. They research potential regions, build networks with contacts who have experience in those areas, and prepare their family and community for their temporary departure. Their children, though initially apprehensive, understand their parents' desire for exploration and pledge to support the family's vision. The day of their departure arrives, and Mai Lin and Li Wei set off on their journey with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Their destination is a distant region known for its rich resources and vibrant cultures, a place that promises both challenges and opportunities. As they travel, they are struck by the beauty and diversity of the landscapes they encounter. The journey is arduous, but the promise of discovery fuels their determination. They navigate through unfamiliar terrain, meet with local leaders, and establish connections with traders and artisans in the new regions. One evening, while resting in a small village they've newly visited, Mai Lin and Li Wei sit by the fire, reflecting on their experiences so far. The village is lively, with a distinct cultural atmosphere that captivates them. We've seen so much already, Mai Lin says, her eyes shining with wonder. The richness of these cultures and the potential for collaboration is incredible. It's exactly what I hoped for. Li Wei nods in agreement. This journey has opened our eyes to new possibilities. The connections we're making and the opportunities we're uncovering could have a significant impact on our business and our community back home. As they continue their exploration, Mai Lin and Li Wei face various challenges, including navigating different customs and negotiating trade agreements. However, their perseverance and adaptability help them overcome these obstacles, and they begin to see the fruits of their efforts. Their travels lead them to a bustling trade city known for its innovation and entrepreneurship. Here, they meet influential figures who are interested in their products and vision. The connections they make in this city open up new avenues for collaboration and growth, further expanding their network and influence. Throughout their journey, Mai Lin and Li Wei are reminded of the importance of their bond. Their partnership is tested by the demands of the expedition, but their unwavering support for each other strengthens their resolve and deepens their connection. As the exploration nears its end, Mai Lin and Li Wei return to their village with a wealth of new knowledge and opportunities. They are greeted with excitement and curiosity by their family and community, eager to hear about their adventures and the prospects they've uncovered. Mai Lin and Li Wei share their experiences and insights with their village, outlining the new trade routes and partnerships they've established. The community is thrilled by the potential for growth and the expansion of their influence. In the months that follow, Mai Lin and Li Wei integrate their new connections into their business, fostering collaborations that benefit both their village and the regions they've explored. The venture thrives with renewed vigor, and the village continues to prosper, now with an expanded network and greater opportunities. The exploration has not only enriched their business, but also strengthened their commitment to innovation and community development. Mai Lin and Li Wei's journey into the unknown has brought them closer together and reaffirmed their belief in the power of exploration and growth. As they look to the future, Mai Lin and Li Wei are filled with optimism and excitement. They know that their journey is far from over, and that there are always new horizons to explore. Their love and partnership have guided them through every challenge, and they are ready to embrace the future with the same passion and determination that has defined their journey. Their story continues to inspire those around them, a testament to the power of dreams, exploration, and the unbreakable bonds that shape their lives. As they embark on the next chapter of their adventure, Mai Lin and Li Wei are prepared to face whatever comes their way, confident in their ability to navigate the unknown and build a future filled with endless possibilities. Chapter 21. Reflections and Resolutions. As the new year begins, Mai Lin and Li Wei reflect on the transformative journey they've undertaken. Their exploration has opened up new opportunities, and their village is flourishing with the integration of new trade, routes, and partnerships. However, amidst the success and excitement, Mai Lin finds herself contemplating the deeper implications of their achievements and the direction they wish to take moving forward. One quiet evening, Mai Lin sits alone in the garden, watching the first snowfall of the season. The soft flakes drift down, blanketing the village in a serene white cover. She reflects on the profound changes in their lives and the responsibilities that come with their newfound success. Li Wei joins her, sensing her contemplative mood. "You've been quiet lately. Is everything all right?" Mai Lin turns to him, her eyes thoughtful. "I've been thinking about how much we've accomplished and the impact of our journey. It's been incredible, but I also feel that we need to consider the broader implications of our success. How can we ensure that our achievements benefit not just us, but also future generations?" Li Wei nods, understanding her concerns. "It's a valid point. We've made significant strides, but there's always more we can do to create a lasting legacy. What do you have in mind?" Mai Lin takes a deep breath. "I believe we should focus on sustainable development and community empowerment. We've built a strong foundation, but it's crucial to think about how we can foster resilience and growth in the long term. Perhaps we could invest in projects that support education, environmental conservation, and social development." Li Wei considers her suggestion, a sense of determination in his eyes. "I agree. We've always aimed to make a positive impact, and focusing on these areas could help ensure that our success endures and continues to benefit the community. Let's start by assessing the needs of the village and identifying projects that align with our vision. The following weeks are dedicated to planning and community consultation. Mai Lin and Li Wei organize meetings with village leaders, local organizations, and residents to gather input and identify key areas for development. They also conduct research on best practices for sustainable development and environmental conservation. The consultations reveal several areas of need and opportunity. The village's educational facilities require improvements, and there is a growing interest in promoting environmental sustainability. Additionally, there is a desire to strengthen social services and support for vulnerable populations. Mai Lin and Li Wei develop a comprehensive plan that includes several key initiatives. 1. Educational development, upgrading schools, providing scholarships, and creating vocational training programs to equip the younger generation with skills for future success. 2. Environmental conservation, implementing eco-friendly practices in agriculture and trade, and establishing programs for waste management and natural resource preservation. 3. Social services, enhancing support for the elderly, disabled, and low-income families, and creating community centers to foster social cohesion and well-being. With the plan in place, Mai Lin and Li Wei begin implementing the initiatives. They start by renovating the village school and setting up scholarship programs for promising students. They also introduce workshops on sustainable farming practices and establish recycling programs to promote environmental stewardship. The response from the community is overwhelmingly positive. The educational programs create new opportunities for young people, and the environmental initiatives foster a sense of responsibility and pride in protecting their natural resources. The social services provide much needed support to those in need and strengthen the social fabric of the village. As the projects take shape, Mai Lin and Li Wei continue to oversee their business ventures and maintain their connections with the broader trade network. They balance their professional responsibilities with their commitment to community development, ensuring that their efforts are integrated seamlessly. One evening, as they walk through the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei are approached by a group of young people who have benefited from the new educational programs. They share their experiences and express their gratitude for the opportunities they've received. "It's thanks to your vision and dedication that we have these opportunities," one of the students says. "We're excited about the future and eager to contribute to the community." Mai Lin smiles, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "You're the future of this village. Your success and growth are what we've always hoped for." Li Wei adds, "We're proud of what you've achieved and look forward to seeing the positive impact you'll make. As the year progresses, Mai Lin and Li Wei's initiatives continue to make a difference. The village becomes a model of sustainable development and community empowerment, and their legacy is solidified as a force for positive change. The reflections and resolutions that guided their journey have created a lasting impact, and Mai Lin and Li Wei are more determined than ever to continue their work with integrity and purpose. Their love and partnership remain the cornerstone of their success, and their commitment to creating a better future guides every decision they make. As they look to the horizon, Mai Lin and Li Wei are ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Their journey is a testament to the power of vision, dedication, and the unbreakable bonds that have shaped their lives. With their community thriving and their legacy firmly established, they are prepared to continue making a positive impact and building a future filled with promise and hope. Chapter 22. The Winds of Change. As spring unfolds, the village enjoys the benefits of Mai Lin and Li Wei's new initiatives. The educational programs are showing promising results, and the environmental and social projects are creating a more sustainable and supportive community. The village is not only thriving, but also becoming a beacon of progress and innovation. However, Mai Lin and Li Wei are aware that the world beyond their village is changing rapidly. Global trade dynamics, technological advancements, and shifting political landscapes pose new challenges and opportunities. To stay ahead and ensure their village continues to prosper, they must adapt to these evolving conditions. One day, Mai Lin receives an invitation from an influential trade conference in a major city. The conference promises to address emerging trends in trade, technology, and sustainability. Recognizing the importance of staying informed and connected, Mai Lin and Li Wei decide to attend the event. At the conference, they encounter leaders and innovators from various sectors. They engage in discussions about the future of trade, the role of technology in business, and the importance of sustainable practices. They are inspired by the cutting-edge ideas and technologies presented and realize that integrating these innovations could further enhance their village's growth and resilience. One of the key takeaways from the conference is the potential of digital technology to transform trade and community development. Mai Lin and Li Wei learn about advancements in e-commerce, digital marketing, and data analytics that could revolutionize their business and expand their reach. Upon returning to the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei begin exploring ways to integrate these technologies into their operations. They invest in digital infrastructure, develop an online platform for their products, and implement data-driven strategies to optimize their trade network. They also introduce technology-focused educational programs to help the younger generation acquire digital skills. The transition is met with enthusiasm from the community. Local artisans and businesses embrace the new technologies, recognizing the potential for greater market access and efficiency. The online platform becomes a success, attracting customers from across the region and beyond. As the village adapts to the digital age, Mai Lin and Li Wei continue to focus on their commitment to sustainability and social responsibility. They integrate eco-friendly technologies into their business operations and work with local organizations to promote digital literacy and access. One evening, as Mai Lin and Li Wei review the progress of their digital initiatives, they receive a visit from a young entrepreneur named Zhu Lei. Zhu Lei has been working on a groundbreaking project involving renewable energy solutions, and he believes there is an opportunity for collaboration. I've heard about the positive changes in your village and the innovative approaches you're taking, Zhu Lei says. I'd like to discuss how we might work together to integrate renewable energy into your operations and contribute to a more sustainable future. Mai Lin and Li Wei are intrigued by Zhu Lei's proposal. They discuss the potential benefits of renewable energy, including reduced costs and environmental impact. The collaboration aligns with their vision for sustainability, and they agree to explore the project further. Over the following months, Mai Lin, Li Wei, and Zhu Lei work together to implement renewable energy solutions in the village. They install solar panels, develop energy-efficient systems, and create educational programs to raise awareness about the benefits of renewable energy. The project is a success, and the village becomes a model for sustainable energy practices. The integration of renewable energy not only reduces their environmental footprint but also provides economic benefits by lowering energy costs and creating new job opportunities. As the village continues to evolve, Mai Lin and Li Wei are reminded of the importance of adaptability and innovation. Their journey has taken them from the challenges of betrayal to the forefront of technological and sustainable advancements. They have built a community that embraces change while staying true to its core values of integrity and resilience. One evening, as Mai Lin and Li Wei reflect on their journey from their home overlooking the village, they feel a profound sense of accomplishment. The village has become a vibrant, forward-thinking community, and their legacy of positive impact is firmly established. Mai Lin turns to Li Wei, her eyes filled with gratitude. We've faced so many challenges and embraced so many changes. It's been a remarkable journey, and I'm proud of what we've achieved together. Li Wei takes her hand, his gaze steady and filled with love. We've navigated the winds of change and created something truly special. Our journey is a testament to the power of vision, adaptability, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided us. As they look out over the thriving village, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that their story is one of continuous growth and transformation. They are prepared to face whatever the future holds, confident in their ability to adapt, innovate, and build a future filled with endless possibilities. Their journey continues, and they are ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. With their community thriving and their legacy of positive impact firmly established, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand poised to navigate the winds of change and shape a future defined by hope, resilience, and enduring love. Chapter 23, Seeds of Legacy. As summer approaches, Mai Lin and Li Wei find themselves reflecting on the impact of their journey and the legacy they wish to leave for future generations. Their village has become a symbol of progress and innovation, and they are eager to ensure that their achievements continue to benefit the community. Long after they are gone, they decide to create a foundation dedicated to supporting education, sustainability, and community development. The foundation's mission is to provide resources and support for projects that align with their values and vision, fostering continued growth and positive impact. Mai Lin and Li Wei work diligently to establish the foundation, setting clear goals and guidelines for its operations. They reach out to local leaders, educators, and experts to gather input and ensure that the foundation's initiatives address the community's most pressing needs. The foundation's inaugural projects include scholarships for students pursuing higher education, grants for local environmental initiatives, and support for community-based social programs. The response from the community is overwhelmingly positive, and the foundation quickly gains recognition and support. One day, Mai Lin and Li Wei visit the village school to see the impact of the foundation's scholarship program. They are greeted by a group of students who have received scholarships and are eager to share their experiences. It's thanks to the foundation that I've been able to pursue my dreams. One of the students says, I'm studying engineering and hope to contribute to sustainable development in our village. Mai Lin smiles, feeling a deep sense of pride. We're proud of what you've achieved and excited to see how you'll contribute to the future. Li Wei adds, your success is a testament to the power of education and the positive impact we can make together. As the scholarship recipients share their aspirations and achievements, Mai Lin and Li Wei are reminded of the importance of nurturing the next generation. They are inspired by the students' dedication and determination, and they resolve to continue supporting initiatives that empower young people and promote their growth. The foundation's environmental projects also make significant strides. Local initiatives focused on conservation and renewable energy are implemented, and the community becomes increasingly engaged in sustainable practices. The foundation collaborates with experts and organizations to provide resources and education, further enhancing the village's commitment to environmental stewardship. As summer turns to fall, Mai Lin and Li Wei host a community event to celebrate the success of the foundation's projects. The event features displays of student achievements, environmental initiatives, and social programs, showcasing the positive impact of their efforts. The event is a joyous occasion, filled with pride and gratitude. community members come together to celebrate their accomplishments and express their appreciation for Mai Lin and Li Wei's leadership and vision. One evening, as the event draws to a close, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together on a hill overlooking the village. The lights from the event create a warm glow, and the sense of community and accomplishment is palpable. Mai Lin turns to Li Wei, her heart full of gratitude. We've created something truly special. The foundation has become a source of hope and opportunity for so many people. Li Wei takes her hand, his eyes reflecting the same sense of fulfillment. Our journey has come full circle. We've built a legacy that will continue to make a difference for generations to come. As they look out over the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei are filled with a deep sense of contentment. They know that their story is one of continuous growth and transformation, and they are grateful for the opportunity to contribute to a brighter future. Their legacy is not just in the projects they've supported or the successes they've achieved, but in the values they've instilled and the lives they've touched. Mai Lin and Li Wei's journey has been defined by their unwavering commitment to positive change, their enduring love, and their dedication to making a difference. With their foundation flourishing and their community thriving, Mai Lin and Li Wei are ready to embrace the future with confidence and hope. Their story is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided them through every challenge and triumph. As they prepare for the next chapter of their journey, Mai Lin and Li Wei are excited about the possibilities that lie ahead. They know that their legacy of positive impact will continue to inspire and uplift those who follow in their footsteps, creating a future filled with hope, opportunity, and enduring love. Chapter 24. The Circle of Time. As winter settles over the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei reflect on the transformative journey they have undertaken. Their story is a rich tapestry of challenges and triumphs, woven together by their love, resilience, and unwavering commitment to their community. The foundation they established has become a cornerstone of progress, and the village continues to thrive under its support. The educational programs, environmental initiatives, and social services have made a profound impact, creating a legacy of positive change that extends far beyond their initial vision. One cold evening, as the first snowflakes of the season begin to fall, Mai Lin and Li Wei gather with their family and community for a special celebration. The occasion marks not only the end of another successful year, but also a moment to reflect on the journey that has brought them to this point. The village square is adorned with festive lights and decorations, and the air is filled with a sense of warmth and unity. As the celebration begins, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand before the crowd, their hearts swelling with pride and gratitude. They address the gathered villagers, sharing their reflections on the journey they've undertaken and the accomplishments they've achieved together. It's incredible to look back and see how far we've come. Mai Lin begins, her voice filled with emotion. From the early days of rebuilding after betrayal to the establishment of our foundation and the impact it's had on our community, it has been a journey defined by hope, determination, and the support of all of you. Li Wei adds, our success is a testament to the strength and resilience of this community. Each one of you has played a crucial role in making our vision a reality, and we are deeply grateful for your unwavering support and dedication. The crowd responds with cheers and applause, their faces illuminated by the glow of the festive lights. The sense of community and shared achievement is palpable, and Mai Lin and Li Wei are moved by the outpouring of appreciation. As the evening progresses, the celebration features performances by local artists, a display of the students' achievements, and a showcase of the environmental and social projects that have been supported by the foundation. The event serves as a reminder of the positive impact they've made and the bright future that lies ahead. Amidst the festivities, Mai Lin and Li Wei take a moment to reflect on their journey from their favorite spot on the hill overlooking the village. The view is breathtaking, with the village bathed in the soft glow of the lights and the snow-covered landscape stretching out before them. We've built something truly special, Mai Lin says softly. It's amazing to see the ripple effect of our efforts and the way the community has embraced the changes. Li Wei nods, his gaze focused on the horizon. Our journey has come full circle. We started with a vision of creating something meaningful, and now we see that vision manifesting in ways we could have only dreamed of. As they stand together, Mai Lin and Li Wei are reminded of the passage of time and the cyclical nature of their journey. Their experiences have shaped them and their community, and they have created a legacy that will continue to evolve and inspire future generations. The celebration continues into the night, filled with laughter, music, and a deep sense of fulfillment. As the villagers come together to celebrate their achievements, Mai Lin and Li Wei are surrounded by the people who have supported and believed in them. The evening culminates in a symbolic gesture of unity and hope. Mai Lin and Li Wei lead the villagers in planting a tree in the center of the village square. The tree represents growth, renewal, and the promise of a bright future. As they plant the tree, Mai Lin reflects on the journey that has brought them to this moment, the challenges they faced, the changes they embraced, and the bonds they formed have all contributed to the creation of a thriving, resilient community. Li Wei takes Mai Lin's hand, his eyes filled with a sense of peace. This tree will grow and flourish, just as our village has. It's a reminder of the enduring legacy we've created and the continued promise of a hopeful future. As the first snow of winter blankets the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together, their hearts full of gratitude and anticipation for what lies ahead. Their journey has been one of transformation and growth, and they are ready to embrace the next chapter with the same passion and commitment that has defined their path. Their story is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided them through every challenge and triumph. As they look out over the village, they know that their legacy will continue to inspire and uplift those who follow in their footsteps, creating a future filled with hope, opportunity, and enduring love. With the circle of time complete, Mai Lin and Li Wei are ready to embrace the new beginnings that lie ahead. Their journey has come full circle, and they stand poised to continue making a positive impact on the world, confident in their ability to navigate the future with grace and purpose. Chapter 25: The Dawn of New Horizons. As winter melts into spring, the village continues to prosper under the Foundation's guidance. The new year brings fresh energy and new opportunities, and Mai Lin and Li Wei are eager to build upon their accomplishments. Their successful integration of technology and sustainable practices has set a strong foundation for future growth, but they understand that innovation and adaptation are key to long-term success. One crisp morning, Mai Lin receives an unexpected letter from a renowned international organization dedicated to global community development. The organization is interested in collaborating on a project that aligns closely with the values and goals of the village's foundation. The proposal involves expanding their sustainability initiatives to an international scale, leveraging the village's success story as a model for other communities. Excited by the opportunity, Mai Lin discusses the proposal with Li Wei. This collaboration could bring significant resources and expertise to our village and help us share our model with a broader audience. It's a chance to make an even greater impact. Li Wei reviews the details, considering the implications. It's a wonderful opportunity, but it will require careful planning and coordination. We'll need to ensure that we have the capacity to manage such a project while continuing to support our existing initiatives. After thorough discussion, Mai Lin and Li Wei decide to pursue the collaboration. They engage with the international organization to refine the project's scope and objectives, ensuring that it aligns with their vision and values. The project focuses on creating a global network of communities dedicated to sustainability and innovation. It includes workshops, knowledge exchange programs, and joint initiatives aimed at addressing environmental challenges and promoting sustainable development. As the project gains momentum, Mai Lin and Li Wei travel to various countries to share their villages' success story and collaborate with other communities. They participate in conferences, lead workshops, and build partnerships with organizations and leaders committed to similar goals. Their travels expose them to diverse perspectives and approaches to community development. They learn about innovative solutions and practices that can further enhance their village's initiatives and contribute to the global network's success. One significant collaboration involves a community in a developing country that faces challenges similar to those Mai Lin and Li Wei once encountered. The partnership aims to provide resources, training, and support to help the community implement sustainable practices and develop local industries. During a visit to this community, Mai Lin and Li Wei witnessed the transformative impact of their collaboration. They see firsthand the progress made through shared knowledge and resources, and they are inspired by the resilience and determination of the community members. As they reflect on their experiences, Mai Lin and Li Wei realize the power of their work in creating a ripple effect of positive change. Their village's story has become a source of inspiration and guidance for others, and they are proud to contribute to a global movement towards sustainability and community development. Returning to their village, Mai Lin and Li Wei are energized by their experiences and the potential for continued growth. They share their insights with the community, introducing new ideas and practices that will further enhance their sustainability efforts and strengthen their global network. The collaboration also brings new opportunities for the village's young people. They participate in exchange programs, gain exposure to international perspectives, and contribute to global projects. The experience fosters a sense of global citizenship and prepares them for future leadership roles. As spring gives way to summer, the village celebrates the successful launch of the global network and the positive impact of their international collaborations. The community comes together for a grand festival, showcasing the fruits of their efforts and the spirit of unity that has defined their journey. During the festival, Mai Lin and Li Wei take a moment to reflect on their journey from the early days of rebuilding to their current position on the global stage. They are filled with a deep sense of accomplishment and gratitude for the support and dedication of their community. Mai Lin turns to Li Wei, her eyes shining with pride. Our journey has taken us to new horizons and brought us closer to communities around the world. It's incredible to see the impact we've made and the connections we've built. Li Wei holds her hand, his gaze steady and filled with hope. We've created something truly special, not just for our village, but for communities everywhere. Our work is far from over, and there are always new horizons to explore. As the festival concludes, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together, looking out over the vibrant, thriving village. They know that their journey is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided them through every challenge and triumph. Their story continues to inspire and uplift those around them, and they are ready to embrace the future with the same passion and commitment that has defined their path. With their global network flourishing and their community thriving, Mai Lin and Li Wei are prepared to navigate the new horizons that lie ahead, confident in their ability to make a positive impact and shape a future filled with hope, opportunity, and enduring love. Their journey is a reminder that the circle of time is ever evolving, and with each new chapter, they are shaping a legacy of positive change and boundless possibility. Chapter 26: The Bonds That Endure. As the year progresses, Mai Lin and Li Wei find themselves deeply immersed in the global network's initiatives. Their village is now recognized as a model for sustainable development, and their efforts have garnered international acclaim. Yet, despite their success, they remain focused on their core values and the well-being of their community. One autumn afternoon, Mai Lin receives a letter from a renowned academic institution, offering her a position as a visiting professor to share her expertise in sustainable development. The opportunity would allow her to educate and inspire a new generation of leaders, while continuing to contribute to global discussions on sustainability. Mai Lin is both excited and conflicted. The position represents a significant opportunity for personal and professional growth, but it would also mean spending more time away from her beloved village. She discusses the offer with Li Wei, seeking his perspective. "I'm proud of your achievements and the recognition you're receiving," Li Wei says thoughtfully. "This opportunity could amplify our impact and help us reach even more people. But I understand your concerns about being away from the village." After careful consideration, Mai Lin decides to accept the position. She will split her time between teaching and working on global initiatives, ensuring that she remains engaged with her community and its needs. Li Wei supports her decision, recognizing the importance of this new chapter in her journey. As Mai Lin transitions into her new role, she begins teaching courses on sustainable development, drawing on her experiences from the village and international projects. Her lectures are well received, and she is soon regarded as a leading voice in her field. Despite her busy schedule, Mai Lin maintains a strong connection with the village. She regularly communicates with Li Wei and the community, offering guidance and support for ongoing projects. Her presence in the global arena enhances the village's reputation, attracting new partners and opportunities. Meanwhile, Li Wei continues to oversee the village's operations and foundation initiatives. He takes on a leadership role in managing the global network's projects, ensuring that the village's contributions are well integrated and impactful. The village continues to thrive under Li Wei's stewardship. The educational programs, environmental initiatives, and social services are further developed, and new projects are launched to address emerging needs. The community remains engaged and supportive, building on the foundation's success and embracing new opportunities for growth. As the years pass, Mai Lin and Li Wei's efforts lead to significant advancements in sustainable development and community empowerment. The village becomes a hub for innovation, attracting visitors and collaborators from around the world. Their story inspires countless others to pursue positive change and strive for a better future. Mai Lin's teachings and Li Wei's leadership become models for effective and compassionate development, and their legacy is felt far beyond their village. One evening, as Mai Lin returns to the village for a special celebration, she and Li Wei reflect on their journey. The village is bustling with activity, and the community is gathered for a festival celebrating the achievements of the past years. As Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together, they are filled with a deep sense of fulfillment. Their journey has been one of transformation, growth, and enduring love, and they are proud of the positive impact they've made. Mai Lin turns to Li Wei, her eyes filled with gratitude. Our journey has been incredible, and the bonds we've forged have shaped our success. I'm grateful for every step we've taken together. Li Wei holds her hand, his gaze steady and filled with love. We've built something extraordinary, and our legacy will continue to inspire and uplift others. Our journey is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the bonds that endure. As the festival reaches its peak, Mai Lin and Li Wei are surrounded by their family, friends, and community members. The celebrations are filled with laughter, music, and a deep sense of unity. Looking out over the village, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that their story is far from over. Their legacy of positive change and boundless possibility will continue to shape the future, and they are ready to embrace the next chapter with the same passion and commitment that has defined their path. Their journey has come full circle, and they stand poised to navigate the new horizons that lie ahead. With their community thriving and their global impact firmly established, Mai Lin and Li Wei are prepared to continue making a difference in the world, confident in their ability to create a future filled with hope, opportunity, and enduring love. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of vision, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds that have guided them through every challenge and triumph. As they embrace the future, Mai Lin and Li Wei are ready to continue their journey, knowing that their legacy will inspire and uplift generations to come. Chapter 27: The Legacy of Hope. With Mai Lin now balancing her role as a visiting professor and her ongoing involvement with the village, the international community begins to take note of the groundbreaking work coming out of her village. Mai Lin's innovative approaches to sustainability and her ability to bridge theory and practice become a beacon for other communities striving to achieve similar goals. In her lectures, Mai Lin emphasizes the importance of integrating local knowledge with global perspectives. Her students, inspired by her passion and dedication, start to engage in their own projects, working towards sustainable solutions in their respective regions. The influence of Mai Lin's teachings begins to spread, creating a ripple effect of positive change around the world. Li Wei, while continuing his leadership in the village, also takes on a mentoring role within the global network. He shares his expertise on community-driven development and the practical challenges and successes of implementing sustainable practices in rural areas. His hands-on experience and genuine commitment make him a sought-after advisor and speaker. The village's success stories start to draw attention from major international organizations, leading to new partnerships and funding funding opportunities. These collaborations enable the village to launch ambitious projects, such as renewable energy initiatives, advanced educational programs, and expanded healthcare services. The community's standard of living continues to rise, and the village becomes a model for inclusive and sustainable development. Mai Lin and Li Wei's dedication to their work also strengthens their relationship with their family and community. They make frequent visits to each other, ensuring that their personal connection remains as strong as their professional collaboration. Their bond becomes a symbol of love and commitment, inspiring others to pursue their passions while maintaining meaningful relationships. As their impact grows, Mai Lin and Li Wei start to focus on creating a foundation that will ensure their village's legacy endures beyond their lifetimes. They work on establishing a comprehensive plan for succession, training future leaders, and ensuring that the village's development model can be adapted and applied in other regions. Their vision is to create a self-sustaining system that empowers communities to thrive independently while staying connected to the global network of changemakers. One spring afternoon, as Mai Lin and Li Wei reflect on their journey, they are approached by a group of young leaders from around the world who are eager to learn from their experiences. The group includes former students of Mai Lin, now leaders in their own right, who are implementing innovative solutions in their communities. This gathering becomes a poignant moment of reflection and celebration, highlighting the far-reaching impact of Mai Lin and Li Wei's work. During a heartfelt speech, Mai Lin addresses the group, her voice filled with emotion. The journey we have undertaken has been one of discovery, growth, and immense joy. It is through our shared efforts and the support of our communities that we have achieved what we have. Your commitment to carrying forward this work ensures that our vision will continue to inspire and create change. Li Wei, standing beside her, adds, "The true measure of our success is not just in the accomplishments we have achieved, but in the lives we have touched and the future we have helped to shape. Together, we are building a legacy that will endure and continue to uplift others for generations to come." As the sun sets over the village, casting a warm glow on the landscape, Mai Lin and Li Wei stand together, surrounded by those who share their passion and vision. They look out at the vibrant community they have nurtured and the global network they have helped to build. Their hearts are full of gratitude and hope for the future. Their story, marked by resilience, love, and unwavering dedication, continues to unfold. With every step they take, Mai Lin and Li Wei honor their commitment to creating a better world, knowing that their legacy of hope and positive change will continue to inspire and empower those who follow in their footsteps. As they embrace the future, they do so with the knowledge that the bonds they have forged and the impact they have made will resonate far beyond their own lifetimes, leaving an indelible mark on the world and a testament to the enduring power of vision, resilience, and love. Chapter 28, Embracing the Future. The village's continued growth and international recognition bring new challenges and opportunities. As Mai Lin and Li Wei's influence expands, they find themselves increasingly involved in shaping global sustainability policies. Their insights and experiences contribute to international conferences, where they advocate for equitable and sustainable development practices. One day, Mai Lin receives an invitation to speak at a prestigious global summit on environmental sustainability. The summit, held in a major city, promises to bring together influential leaders and innovators from various sectors. Mai Lin views it as an opportunity to further amplify their message and to discuss the practical applications of their village's success stories on a broader scale. Li Wei, understanding the significance of this opportunity, encourages Mai Lin to prepare thoroughly. He helps her refine her presentation, ensuring it highlights the village's achievements and the underlying principles that could be adapted to other communities. As Mai Lin prepares for the summit, she reflects on the journey that has brought them here and the people who have supported them along the way. At the summit, Mai Lin's speech captivates the audience. She speaks with passion about the village's sustainable practices, emphasizing the importance of community involvement, local knowledge, and innovative solutions. Her presentation leads to a standing ovation and sparks conversations about integrating grassroots approaches into global strategies. The summit also serves as a platform for networking and collaboration. My Lin meets with representatives from various organizations and governments, discussing potential partnerships and joint projects. Her ability to articulate the village's success and its relevance to global challenges garners widespread admiration and opens doors for new initiatives. Back in the village, Li Wei continues to focus on nurturing local talent and fostering a culture of innovation. He initiates new programs that encourage young people to develop their own projects and contribute to the village's ongoing development. These programs are designed to empower the next generation of leaders and ensure the village remains at the forefront of sustainable development. The village's growing influence attracts more visitors, including researchers, policymakers, and students from around the world. They come to learn from the village's experiences and to witness firsthand the impact of its initiatives. The village becomes a living laboratory for sustainable practices, where ideas are tested, refined, and shared with a global audience. As My Lin and Li Wei continue to lead their respective roles, they also begin to focus on personal milestones. They establish a scholarship fund to support students from underprivileged backgrounds who wish to pursue higher education in fields related to sustainability and development. This initiative reflects their commitment to creating opportunities for others and ensuring that their legacy of empowerment endures. Years pass, and My Lin and Li Wei's work evolves in response to new global challenges and opportunities. Their village remains a symbol of success and innovation, but their focus also shifts to addressing emerging issues such as climate change, adaptation, and social equity. They remain deeply engaged with their community, balancing their global responsibilities with their commitment to local needs. One evening, as My Lin and Li Wei sit together overlooking the village, they reflect on their journey and the impact they have made. The village, vibrant and thriving, is a testament to their vision and dedication. They see the next generation of leaders stepping up, ready to continue the work they began. My Lin turns to Li Wei, her voice filled with contentment. We've come so far, and the journey has been extraordinary. Seeing the impact we've made and the new generation carrying our vision forward gives me hope for the future. Li Wei smiles, his eyes reflecting the warmth of their shared experiences. Our legacy is not just in the work we've done, but in the people we've inspired and the communities we've helped. It's a continuous journey, and I'm proud of what we've accomplished together. As they embrace the future, My Lin and Li Wei are aware that their journey is far from over. They remain committed to their mission, ready to face new challenges and seize new opportunities. Their story, marked by resilience, innovation, and unwavering dedication, continues to unfold, inspiring others to pursue positive change and build a better world. Their legacy is not only in the achievements of the village, but also in the enduring spirit of collaboration, hope, and love that has guided their path. As they look to the future, My Lin and Li Wei are confident that their journey will continue to inspire and uplift, creating a lasting impact on the world and the generations to come. Epilogue. The legacy lives on. As the years roll on, My Lin and Li Wei find themselves reflecting on the journey that has shaped their lives and the world around them. Their village, once a humble community striving for a better future, has grown into a beacon of sustainable development and innovation. The impact of their work continues to resonate, shaping the lives of countless individuals and inspiring global movements. My Lin, now an esteemed academic and advocate, remains deeply connected to the village, returning frequently to offer guidance and support. Her role as a visiting professor has allowed her to mentor a new generation of leaders, many of whom carry forward the principles of sustainability and community empowerment that she championed. Li Wei, steadfast in his leadership, has built a legacy of resilience and growth within the village. His commitment to nurturing local talent and ensuring the village's continued prosperity has resulted in a thriving community that stands as a testament to his vision and dedication. Their story has become a source of inspiration for others, demonstrating the power of vision, collaboration, and unwavering commitment. The village's success has been shared through books, documentaries, and international forums, extending its influence far beyond its borders. As they grow older, Mai Lin and Li Wei find joy in witnessing the ongoing achievements of the village and the global network they helped build. They see their children and grandchildren stepping into roles of leadership, continuing the work they began and carrying forward the values that have defined their legacy. One serene evening, as the sun sets over the village, casting a golden hue over the landscape, Mai Lin and Li Wei take a moment to reflect on their journey. Surrounded by their family and community, they feel a profound sense of fulfillment. Mai Lin looks at Li Wei, her heart full of gratitude. Our journey has been remarkable, and the bonds we've created have truly changed the world. Li Wei takes her hand, his gaze steady and filled with pride. We've built something enduring, and our story will continue to inspire future generations. The impact of our work will be felt long after we're gone. As they stand together, surrounded by the vibrant community they have nurtured, Mai Lin and Li Wei know that their legacy is secure. Their journey has come full circle, and their story is one of hope, love, and lasting change. The village thrives, the global network flourishes, and the lessons learned from their experiences continue to guide and inspire. Mai Lin and Li Wei's commitment to creating a better world has left an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of all who have been touched by their work. Their story, marked by resilience, vision, and an unbreakable bond, serves as a powerful reminder of what can be achieved through dedication and love. As they embrace the twilight of their lives, Mai Lin and Li Wei find peace in knowing that their legacy will endure, inspiring others to dream, to act, and to make a difference. And so, their journey ends not with a final chapter, but with the continuing impact of their story, a testament to the enduring power of vision, resilience, and the bonds that shape our world.